Hey, let's go. A live question and answer Q&A, random live stream. This is random. What's up, guys? So the other day I was watching YouTube and for some reason YouTube recommended to me one of our own live streams. I don't know why, from like 2020. And I actually sat there and watched the whole thing for almost 2 hours. And I was like, why did it recommend this to me? And then I was like, dang, we haven't done a Q&A since 2021. I was like, we should just go live and see what happens, see who shows up. It's been a long time. What's up, Leon? What's up, Shell? What's up, Ellery? I hope I pronounced that right. Jones. What's up, Amy? What's up, Party? What's up, Pat Greiser? What's up, anyone else back there? What's going on? Do you keep up with any other influencers? I watch a lot of YouTube. But not very many people within our niche, if that's what you mean. But I do watch a lot of YouTube and watch a lot of people that I've watched for a lot of years. But I'm like friends with a lot of the guys that do what we do. But to be honest, I don't really watch a lot of storage unit content. When you go through as many storage units as we do, you kind of just like want a break from storage units, if that makes sense. I'm like, I don't want to look at no more storage unit stuff after a while. What's up, Sunbum and Laura and Foresty and Treasure Freaks and Josh and Pam? Baseball cards, did I sell all of them? No, man. We have had 5 whatnot shows from that one collector unit, and we're still nowhere near through with it. We still have so many more to go. It's insane. So, yeah, we have quite a bit more. I think next week we have 2 shows scheduled from that unit. And I think there'll probably be 1 or 2 more, and then we'll finally all be all the way through it. It has taken some freaking time. I know that. It's been insane. I did not expect it to be this much. What's up? Always watching, and Laurel, and Robin, and Debbie Crane, and Luca, and DG, and History, and Betty. Love watching your show. You're more entertaining than any other. Thank you. Well, I do think we put an abnormal amount of time compared to everybody else into the video process, and I'm glad that it shows because, yeah, my balance is a lot more. I'd say like 85% into content, 15% into the sales side. So I'm glad to see it shows. Let's see. Thank you guys. What's up, Baden? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Phelan? Just watch the breakdown of the money storage unit. Yeah, that's what actually inspired me to do this. A couple people said that, like, I love listening to you talk about this stuff. You should do it live so people could ask questions. And I was like, I'll do it live. I don't care. We'll just go live, and whatever happens, whatever people ask, we'll just answer. I have nothing to do today, so I'm kind of like just sitting around doing nothing. And I was like, what the heck? Might as well do it. Where is Broly and Amber in the theater room? They were watching an episode of Blue's Clues. I think they're going to come in here in a few minutes, though. So we'll probably see them in a few minutes. Thank you, Aaron. Do I still hang out? Well, we live on the opposite side of the country, Gail. When we go to California, we always see Jack and all the Jack Pirate and Alex and all of them when we go over there. But they're in California. We're in Virginia. So that makes it a little difficult. Opposite sides of the country now. But when we go over there, we always see everybody. What's up, Beverly? Amber, like I just said, Amber and Broly are in the other room watching Blue's Clues. And guys, if you put something in there and I don't respond to it, it's because the chat moved really fast. Just put it in there again. It's perfectly fine. I'll try to get to everybody eventually. All right, let's see. Any advice for someone that wanted to start buying a unit? My biggest advice would be to not do it right now. Every single year, middle of February to about middle of April is like the absolute worst time of the year to get into this because it's as the buyers call it, tax return season. People that don't usually do this get the tax returns in, and then they go in and buy units, and everything goes way over price of what they usually go for. So I'd recommend sitting out, if you just getting into it, sitting out between mid-February and mid-April because it gets wild. Then it kind of goes back to normal. It's pretty much every single year. That 2-month period gets crazy. And if you don't have additional income streams, it's going to make it really difficult to make any substantial money buying units, just reselling during tax time. It's pretty wild. But that'd be my biggest thing. And then my next biggest thing would be when you get into it is to just pull the trigger and see how much work it actually is. Because I think us and everybody else makes it look like it's, quick, easy work on YouTube. And that's not the case, obviously. That's a lot of editing and a lot of behind the scenes. So it's not as quick and easy as you think it is. It takes a lot behind the scenes. It was, Kitty. That unit was crazy. Does working in a storage unit feel stale? To be honest with you, dude, not even a little bit. That's what I love about this. Every single day you do one, it's a new possibility. And that's what makes it so exciting to me. I am the top, some people crave stability, right? Some people want to say, I know I'm going to work this much. I know I'm going to make this much money. And they like that. I'm the complete other end of the spectrum. I cannot stand that. I need every day to be like, what the heck's going to happen? That's what gets me excited. I could possibly find $5,000 in a storage unit this day. I could possibly have this video go viral. There's so many possibilities, and the unpredictability and nothing ever being the same is what, it keeps me going, man. I cannot stand stability like that. Or not stability, but redundancy, I guess is a better word for it. I can't stand it. I need craziness, unpredictability, and wildness for me to live. Have I seen the new proposed DBZ Shenmue set? Are you talking about the Lego set? If you are, yes, I can't wait for that. I've never bought a Lego kit in my life since I was like 7, but I'm going to buy 2 of those the minute they release. One to put together and one to put on a shelf and box. I can't wait. Let's see. When is Broly going to start selling? I don't know. He's 2, man. He's 2. Storage Legend, what's up? Do you regret moving? Oh, heck no, man. I love where we live now. I absolutely love where we live now. I like to go visit California. I do. I like to go see them for a couple weeks, but like long term, no, man. I need my space. I need my outdoors. I need my woods. I need my not fires everywhere. I need my guns that I can go target. I can go to my mom's house and go shooting for 3 or 4 hours, an hour away from. I need that kind of freedom, man. I like to go visit. I like to go see all the guys, and I like to go eat some In-N-Out, and I like to go to some of the live auctions. But a couple weeks, I'm good. I'm good. What's up, Jenny? What's up, Lucky? What's up, Emily? Ruth? What made you move? We were born and raised in Virginia. I was born and raised in Northern Virginia, upside right by D.C., and Amber was born and raised right around this area we live in now. The reason we went out to California, well, there was a lot of reasons, to be honest with you. We went through, that's when we first started to get some real momentum over here on YouTube. And to be honest with you, I was really sick of Northern Virginia. Anyone that follows our second channel knows that anytime we go to Northern Virginia, man, I lose my, I hate it up there. I hate it so bad. I was born and raised in Alexandria. I can get to the White House in 15 minutes. So when people ask where I'm from, I just say DC, because if you say Virginia, people picture, Shenandoah, Luray, the beautiful areas. But no, Northern Virginia is awful. And I just wanted to get out of there. And we went to, in 2019, all the channels went to California for that big collab video. And it just opened my eyes to how many live auctions were out there. And I thought it was really cool. So I was like, yeah, let's go try it for a year. We just rented a house out there for a year, gave it a try. And yeah, it wasn't for us long term. We also had horrible timing. That doesn't help. We moved out of there. We got to our rental house in California 2.5 months before COVID shut everything down. So that was really awful timing as well. So yeah. Without YouTube, would I buy storage units? Absolutely not. No. Nope. I don't try to put on a front. I am absolutely a YouTuber and content creator first, and I'm a reseller second. Dude, I got a YouTube tattoo on my arm. I love the whole process of YouTube. I love the editing. I love the filming. I love the thumbnail creation. I love looking in and digging into the analytics. I love every single aspect of that entire process. Storage units just happen to be the thing. I always watch the shows. I've always been a flipper, a reseller, you can say. Even back when I was 17, 18 in high school, I would go to yard sales, look for textbooks, look for jerseys, look for old hats, that kind of thing. So I had a little bit of experience in it. Video games, another thing I used to do a lot. I would buy and sell on eBay. So I was kind of already intrigued with that. And then like everybody else, I watched the shows. I watched Storage Wars. I watched Auction Hunters. I watched all those shows, and I loved it. And I remember, I always tell people this story. I remember when we were doing dumpster diving every single day, right? That's when we started our Treasure Hunting with Jebus channel. The first 300-400 videos are all dumpster diving. But that's because I couldn't afford to buy storage units. But I remember I watched, we had watched all the Auction Hunters. If you guys watched that one, not Storage Wars. Auction Hunters, the one with Alan and Ton. We had watched through all of those episodes. And I was like, gosh, I want to do more of this. This is so fun. I want to see more. So I remember distinctly going over to YouTube, and I was like, let's look up storage unit buying. And Storage Auction Pirate was the only guy on the platform doing it. And I was like, this is a wide open avenue. This is crazy. Do you see how big these shows are? These shows are pulling in millions of people, and no one guy is doing this on YouTube. This is wide open. And it was just this mind, moment And I was like, we need to buy a unit now. And I remember we went out and bought our first unit for $150. And at that time, our videos were averaging like 200 or 300 views in the week. That's it. 200 or 300 views. The first storage unit video we put out got like over 8,000 views in that week. And I was like, oh my God, we figured it out. We figured this out. And then we just went balls to the wall. There was no turning back, and just keep trying to get better over and over and over and over. Always trying to improve. That's the thing for me in any business you're in, man. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you stop growing. I've been making video, like I said, I've been making videos since 2010. I've been doing YouTube since 2013 in some way or another. I still am trying to teach myself and learn new things every single day about this platform. It changes. It's technology, man. It changes every single day. What worked on YouTube 8 years ago will suck and not work today. And what's working right now on YouTube will not work 5 years from now. You got to evolve, and you got to stay with it, and you got to try to improve. That is just the truth. There they are. See, I told you they were coming. Roly poly.
What's up?
You see yourself?
You are spinning.
Have you ever wanted to go to Europe? Yes, we're 100% going to Europe. We're waiting until this guy is a little older so he can actually, go enjoy and remember it. You want to sit up here on Daddy's lap? Look. Oh. We don't want to do it until he's a little bit older. We're going to go to Australia. We're going to go to Europe 100%, but we're going to wait another 3 or 4 years or so until he's like 5 or 6 probably, to where you can actually remember it.
One.
The $8,000 fraud unit. The fraud unit. Are you talking about the one that sold for it was all empty boxes? That was like $4,000 and some dollars. And yeah, the video did really good. That was an example of where YouTube absolutely saved me. You can't have that. Put that down. You can't have that. Because that unit cost me over $4,000, and I made nothing from reselling the stuff. It was all garbage, but the video went on to go kind of viral on YouTube and Facebook. The video of that scam unit made over $24,000 between YouTube and Facebook. So at the end of the day, I got scammed, and my getting scammed netted me a profit of over 20 grand. That's why it pays to know the social media side of it. You got to learn. It's a long learning process, and it's a huge, steep learning curve. So a lot of people don't get into it because you got to be able to put in a lot of time accept the fact that you're going to put in a lot of time and get no reward for it. That's just the truth. Like, I started editing videos in high school in 2010 and started uploading on YouTube in 2013, 14. I made my first 1 penny on YouTube in 2017. So you're talking 7 years of doing this for nothing, just because I enjoy doing it.
Oh, TDK, I got your package in the mail today.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, TDK? Doing good, everybody. Let's go. I didn't see. Stop it.
You can't touch keyboard. Okay?
I didn't see what Erica's question was that you guys were saying was a good question. But yeah, if you can put it again. Like I said, the chat's kind of going fast, so I'm trying my best to keep up with it, but I might miss people's chats. So if I don't answer it, or there's a question you guys were asking or want to answer, just put it in there again. Sometimes it flies really fast and I don't see it. Not yet, Norian, but that's our plan. We wanted to get a divider put in the van, like a partition, but they're saying like because it's the Sprinter vans, or no, I'm not the Sprinter vans, the work vans, whatever they're called. Those are the ones that have the pieces on them that allow you to install and stuff in the
cargo one.
The cargo, that was the word I was looking for.
Cargo ones come just more bare on the inside. They said that they'd have to take off like the panels and then refab like certain things to be able to hook it where that needs to go. And it was like he was estimating like a $4,000 plus project because of the hours that were going into it, like the brainstorming power to refabricate stuff. Right.
So I went on a Facebook group about sprinters, and I posted in there, and somebody said they did the same thing, and all they did was buy a piece of plywood from Lowe's, and they had it in there for 7 years now, and it's worked. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not about to spend $5,000 if I can go get a piece of wood from Lowe's for less than $100 and it does the same thing. No, thank you. So that's what we're doing, man. That's what we're doing. Never, Erica. No, we are definitely one and done. No more kids here. No more kids. We just want to have one. How was it filming with Unspeakable? That's a good question. That was awesome. Because, like, for me, I am just such a YouTube obsessed person. Being able to, like, I feel like we're big on YouTube until you go experience people like that. And then you realize how small of a dog you really are in this game. They have, like, an entire office building, 30, 40 employees. editing teams, filming teams, scheduling teams, project managers, and it's all from YouTube. You know, he's worth like tens of millions of dollars, all from YouTube, and that's so interesting. Yeah, they have toys in Walmart, toys in Target, and I love it. I love it, man. I love to see people just crushing it. I love it. That's one thing that's always boggled my mind is like this mentality people have that when somebody's doing really good, they're like, oh, screw that guy. And I'm like, why do you think like that? When I get around somebody like that, I'm not a screw. I'm like super happy for that guy. And I'm like, what can I learn from this guy? Like, what can I see in the way he runs his business that I can apply to my own? You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. It was super cool. It was so cool to see behind the scenes on how big they run it. No. How they run a channel that big, multiple channels that big. They have like what? 3 channels over 10 million subscribers or something like that. It's crazy. If it's what you were talking to us about that one day, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. It's probably a felony.
We should be in Florida.
Yeah, we'll probably be in Florida at some point.
We're gonna be close when we go to like the Wiggles thing, but I don't know how far like that is from.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to drive other places. So I don't really want to transport, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to go down there eventually. You guys know we travel all the time, man. Rare sighting of the fan art bathroom. Yes, even the bathroom's covered in Dragon Ball too. There's no wall left in there. No wall. It's completely covered. And no, we're not planning on having any more children. We're, like I said, we're one and done. We got one to focus on. You shoot once, you score perfect. Why try again? That's my theory. When you go to Glacier Park, are you going to go to Yellowstone? Yeah, our goal is to go to Yellowstone on the way back. We've been to Yellowstone twice now, but I love it. We went one time in the summer, one time in the winter, and it was awesome. So, yeah, I definitely want to go back. Not yet, Hillary, but we got to wait till he's actually, according to the accountant, they always tell us if they can't form an argument with the IRS that they don't want to take the risk yet. And I'm like, I respect you guys. You guys cover us, so we're going to wait. But out of the money we pay ourselves every month, like 75% of it goes directly into investments. Like 75% goes directly into investments, and about 35% of that 75% goes directly into a custodial account for him. Yeah. How much money have you lost on units? To be honest, it's hard to say. We don't really lose money because you have the social media side of things. It's like it doesn't really happen at this level because like even when I pay $4,000 and it's a total scam unit, the video still made $25,000. So it's like even when I take a loss or buy a bad unit, I really don't. Where you guys going? Back to Blue's Clues? Back to Blue's Clues. They got the theater room in there. They got Blue's Clues on. So Broly's been watching Blue's Clues in the theater room. So yeah. Well, she likes driving it, and to be honest, I just like sitting back there with Broly. I feel like usually I'm always the one that's busy, and I feel like when she's driving it, she likes driving it. I'm like, I can actually just sit there and not focus on anything for like an hour or 2 hours whenever we're driving. So that's kind of been how it works recently. Do I keep precious metal when you find them or always sell? No. So to be honest, a lot of the jewelry we don't go through. The only time I sit there and take the time to go through jewelry is if I think it's going to add to the storyline of the video. So like the one unit where we bought the it canceled like 9 times, and then we found like a little bag full of jewelry. I knew that would add to the story, so that's what I looked at. That gold, yes, I kept. But a lot of times we sell the jewelry like straight out of the unit. I don't take the time to go through it. But if I find like silver rounds or something, yeah, I have a lot of silver. Well, it depends on how much of a stacker you are. I mean, I have probably close to 300 ounces of silver, and I have a lot of gold too. So it's just another form of investing, to be honest. Just another way to invest. We have a lot of money in stocks, and then we also put a lot of money in. I don't actually put like my money into precious metals. If I find it, I keep it, and I use Whatnot credit when I buy silver and gold through Whatnot, and I just put it away in a safe. Just another way to invest money. You know. Do I want your kid? No. Gail, no. Nope. Okay, guys, the chat just refreshed again. So if I don't answer your question again, guys, just re-put it in there. Do you do eBay? Not really. I don't really do eBay. No, we've sold about 7 items on eBay in the last 2 years. If it's like something really niche that's really expensive, then maybe. Like last month, we got a bunch of in that pod that I got for like $200 some, those Henry hand wood carved statues. Those I put on auction on eBay because they were crazy and they sold for like $3,000 for a total. And I think I netted like $2,500 after all fees or something, which was insane because I got that unit for under $300. So that was a 10x on one auction. Pretty cool, but not usually. We do 99% of our sales through Whatnot. And yeah, like sometimes it goes for less than eBay. Sometimes it goes for more than eBay. But the real thing with Whatnot for me is I can move 100 to 200 items in an hour. That's what you can't do on eBay. And when you buy storage units, you have too much stuff. You have way too much stuff. It needs to go. Hey, for Broly, Rose Peters with the $5 super chat. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I need to move stuff. We get too much volume. eBay's too slow. Like you got to sit stuff. You got to put it on a shelf. You got to wait for it to sell. It's too slow for what we do. That's why it only gets very few niche items. Most of that stuff's going on Whatnot because I'm just sending it out the door. My goal is to, when I buy a unit, within a week, all the stuff to come in, been filmed, sold, and sent out. I don't want it in my house for over a week. Unless it's a big unit, like the collectible one we bought recently with all that stuff. That one's taking a little bit longer to sell it, but yeah, we're working on it. Thank you again, Rose Peter. Another $5. Hey, thank you. I'm thinking of buying a storage unit, other things, and YouTubing. Any tips? Dude, yeah, first tip is yes, do it. There's so many people that buy stuff and they could be YouTubing it and they don't. Number one tip is it's going to suck at the beginning. It's going to take a lot of time to get good. Unless you're just some super gifted, extraordinarily good creator, which, I mean, 99% of us aren't. I'm definitely not either. It's going to take you some time and effort to actually get good at it. So don't expect results or anything crazy. Like I said, it took me from 2013 to 2017 to even start making any money. I'm talking like $1, $2. So it's going to take time. But I always recommend people focusing on long form content because that's where you build a real audience at. Short form is great for artificially increasing your numbers, but at the end of the day, you don't really build an audience with short form content. You really don't. I remember seeing this guy that did a vlog at like a big social media meet and greet thing. And it was so interesting because they had YouTubers there that had, say, 300,000 or 400,000 subscribers. And there was like a line of people to meet them. But then they had people from TikTok that had, 5, 6, 7 million followers and nobody's there. Like, I just don't feel like you can build a genuine connection with people on short form content. I don't do it as much. That's why I like long form. Do not buy any Bitcoin. I have less than 1% of my entire investment portfolio in crypto. I'm a safe guy. I put everything in S&P and chill. Like I'd say 95% of everything we have invested, I just put in the S&P. And when we get these really low crash times right now, these like when everything's super low, that just means it's on sale and I put more in there. Like we just maxed out the retirement account for the year because it's so low. Like it's down like what, 3% this month or something crazy like that. I think it's down 3% this month and everyone's like panic selling. I'm like, why are you panic selling? It's on sale right now. This is a sale. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and max out the entire retirement account right now while it's this low because you don't get these 3% drops very often. That's the way I look at it, man. I'm not a day trader or a quick flipper. All my investments are for 30 plus years from now. So I'm like, let's just put it in there and let it chill. That's my theory. I'm not trying to like be those people like those day traders. I see a lot of people do it and make a lot of money, but it's too risky for me. I'm not into all that. I respect people that can do it, but not for me. How do you get time to watch DVD? That's a genuine question. We really don't anymore, man. We've been super busy this year. This year especially, we started going ham. I'm sure you guys have noticed on the resale side of things, just because now that we have my mom and David working with us full time, it's been like so much easier to do the sales side of thing, like super hard. Because like, for example, I pretty much handle myself everything to do with YouTube. Like Amber films, but I mean, I do all the uploading, I do all the editing, I make all the titles, I make all the thumbnails, I study all the analytics. The YouTube side of thing that's my baby. That's what I love. But the sales side of things, like all the time I have into it is basically setting up, putting the stuff on the shelf in the order I want it to. And then sometimes if we need help, I help them pack the boxes. Like My mom does all the listing and puts everything up there, and then she does most of the packing. And so at night, either me or Amber will help. But I don't have much time into it besides the actual live stream itself. That part's fun, but like the rest of it, no, not so much. I just help with that when I can. But it's allowed us to go so much crazier and say, like, we used to do maybe 1, sometimes 2 Whatnot shows a week. And this year we've pretty much done 4 Whatnot shows a week every week of the year so far, which is pretty cool. We've been moving a lot of stuff, so it's awesome. And Whatnot just makes it fun because it feels like social media. It doesn't feel like mundane and boring, like sitting in a room listing stuff all day. I'm talking to people live. We're interacting with people. If somebody gets a crazy deal, you're like, oh my God, that was like a crazy deal. It's live. It's fun. It's definitely changed the game for me because I was not really into the resale side of it at all like that until Whatnot came along. Do you still, if somebody watches a video, like once you put a video on YouTube, it doesn't matter if you put it out yesterday or you put it out 10 years ago, you're still getting paid for them. That's what I try to ask people all the time, or not ask, but teach people all the time, is that a sale is a one-time exchange. You make money once, where a video or a piece of content can make you money for years. That's why I put so much more attention into it. Plus, I just love this side of it, if you can't tell. I'm obsessed with YouTube. I've been obsessed with it for a long time. It's been a passion of mine for a long time. Boom. Oh, well, thank you, Andrea. We get told that all the time, that how smart Broly is. And it's interesting to me because we don't have any other like little kids around us or like in the family nearby that I can kind of see that with. So I have nothing to base it off of. To him, he's just my normal 2-year-old. So I never know how smart he is really and when I really realize it is when we take him to his pediatrician appointments and they give us like the little packet of the milestones he should be hitting by a certain age. And I'm like, I read it and I'm like, that's it? Like they should know this amount of words or this. And I'm like, was able to do that 6 to 9 months ago. Like, yeah, he's definitely a smart little dude. Do I hope Broly goes into similar? I don't care if it's like YouTube or storage units, but I want him to go into something that he's actually going to enjoy, not for a paycheck. That's my biggest goal. I want him to go into something that's actually going to be fun, he's actually going to enjoy, and then he can actually feel a sense of accomplishment. That's me. For me, like I say all the time, the freedom of working for yourself is worth more than any dollar amount. Somebody like I say I love video editing, but if somebody else asked me to edit their videos, you could pay me $50,000 a video, and I'd say absolutely not. No chance. I like working for me. I'm not motivated by the money. I'm motivated by what I enjoy doing. The money is just a side product of it. So I don't like working under people. I never did. I hated it. I got fired and left like from the time I was 18 to the time we went YouTube full time in 2019. So I was like 25-ish, 26, something like that. I probably had like 15 jobs. I got fired a lot. I quit a lot because I don't like them. And I don't let people like boss me around. As stupid as that sounds. Like the example I always give when I worked at a car dealership, I remember one time we were getting ready to go to the beach and I went to go tell the manager we're getting ready to go to the beach. And he was like, well, let me check the schedule and see if we can do that. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm not asking you. I'm letting you know I'm leaving. I don't care what your opinion on whether I can leave or not. I'm not asking for your opinion. I'm telling you I'm going. You want to fire me, fire me. I can find another job I don't like just like this one too. All day. I'm not meant to work under people. I don't have the people skills or the social skills. I really don't. But that's me. And my chat just refreshed again. Well, again, guys, sorry if you put something in there, put it in there again because my chat randomly refreshes. So, and then when it randomly refreshes, everything goes away. And I have to go through it all again. So I'm trying my best to keep up. Hi from Canada. What's up, Moro282? Did I sell all the hockey cards? Dude, no, I've sold so many tens of thousands of hockey cards, but I feel like I still have thousands left. It's crazy. It's crazy. Boom, 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 boom. Where in Montana are you going to visit? Our only actual destination is Glacier Park, but we're going to be coming in through like the west. So we're going to come in. We're in Virginia, right? We're going to go up into Wisconsin. We're going to go through North Dakota, Minnesota, Montana, Idaho, and Washington. That's our plan because we've never been to the top of the country. So our only actual destination is Glacier Park, but we're going to end up going through most of the whole state because we're coming in from the east. Cat's doing good, Pat. Hey, Thank you, Harley, for the $10 super chat. Let's go. Thank you all for all that you do. You are so enjoyable. I work for myself, have for the last 12 years, and hopefully won't ever have to give that up. Amen. I couldn't do it. I've been doing this for too long. This is all I wanted to do as a teenager, and now that I've got to experience it, there's no way I'd ever be able to do anything else ever again. Ever. Where's Christmas this year? We don't know yet. We don't know. We'll figure it out later. We're thinking about changing up the whole event and making a few big adjustments based on the things that happened last year. Like the crowd. We're thinking of doing like a numbering system. We're thinking of having people send in an email sign-up form so they can get like a QR. Because like last time they told us they're predicting 200 to 300 people and 900 people showed up. So it's like, it makes it really difficult to do because I feel bad having to tell people, oh yeah, we're out of stuff. But at the end of the day, what can you do? So we're trying to, this year, I think we're going to come up with like a system that's going to hopefully prevent that from occurring. Thank you, Janie. Thomas, how well do we do in that Lego unit? I forgot the exact number, but I know we made over 20 grand profit on it. In that video, for some reason, it didn't do like really good out the gate, but it's been doing like above average, and it's continued to do like above average since it released. It's still averaging like 10 to 15,000 views in the last 48 hours. And it's been like months at this point. It's been getting a lot of views. So it's done really good on YouTube, and the sales did really good. When are you coming to Seattle? I'm probably not going to come to Seattle. I'm going to be honest with you. I try my best to avoid the major cities. I hate going through the major cities. I really do. I try to plan our trips to where we go through the countryside and just be in the middle of nowhere most of the time. The only time I go towards the major cities is if I see a really good storage unit while we're traveling. I'm like, I want to go have that one. So then we'll go towards the big cities. But a lot of the time we try to avoid the major cities. I'm just not a fan of the cities. Let's see. Are you planning on coming to Iowa? I don't know. Let me see. I have like a little map all planned out of the intended route. So no, we won't be in Iowa this time. This time we won't. And maybe for like a split second. I don't know. We're not. We're going to go from Illinois into Wisconsin, into Minnesota, into North Dakota, into Montana, through Idaho, into Washington, and then down through Oregon and into California. And then from California, we're going to go back across the country through Nevada, into Utah, up into Wyoming, back into Colorado, and then back straight across through Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia. That's our plan, but plans can change. Plans can change. Oh, man. I've always been told about the mountains and the trees in Washington. That's why I want to go to like some of the national forests out there. I can't wait for that. Oh, it's going to be fun, though. Love the interaction with your family. I can't work with other people. It sounds so crappy, but I really can't. Like, I'm not good at working with other people. I feel like with my family, I'm used to these people. So it makes it a little less stressful. If you're like a socially anxious person like I am, you know how like the simplest social interactions can make you feel like your adrenaline go through the roof and feels like you're getting ready to get into a gunfight with somebody. That's how it is. If you don't have that feeling, then that's just congrats. That's awesome. It sucks, but that's how I am. I'm like really socially awkward. Always have been. Is it hard sorting out a Whatnot show? It depends on the show. Like this recent unit we got with all the collectibles, it's been so simple. We bring like 4 boxes in, split them up, and boom, it's ready to go. But usually, not too bad. How many guns do you have? I think the last time we counted, it was 68 or 67. But I lost them all in a boating accident. Please tell our governor they are all lost in a boating accident. Thank you, Stein. Hey, Sadie, will you do any meet and greets on there? I don't know. It depends because the problem is we can never plan anything ahead of time. So I feel like if we do it, we'd be letting people out like noon. Yeah, we're going to be here at 3, and no one's really going to have time because they can't plan stuff. That's the problem is like our schedule is so unpredictable. We don't plan on staying at any certain location for any particular amount of time. It's just based on what we end up finding there, what seems fun, and if there's any units. So like there's no scheduling at all. We just go and see what happens. So it's kind of hard to do. Oh, man. Thank you, Robin. Whoa, $20. You are the best from Bobby or Bobbit and Bobbit John 70. Thank you so much. We appreciate that $20 super chat. Let's freaking go. We appreciate it. Yeah, we have a video coming this Sunday. This Sunday, if you watch our second channel, the video with the gun safe, Sunday. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. That's coming out on Sunday. Yep, coming out on Sunday. Yes, it's with an R, Netfiend. Everyone from Northern Virginia, D.C. area, Southern Maryland knows. Water has an extra R in it. Washington has an extra R in it. There's a lot of things in that area that have an extra R. The rest of the world just mispronounces it. That's all. Do you know you're the only one I've seen give things away? Oh, man, a lot of that comes back to like my family growing up. My grandmother is basically the main reason we do the Christmas giveaway to begin with, because she grew up super, super poor. I mean, like no money at all, nothing. But still, like I can remember growing up, like she made sure to make those monthly contributions to St. Jude every single month. And I remember like she passed away in 2018, right? But I remember I don't think it was Mr. Beast. We watched somebody's video in 2018 on YouTube where they went to a Dollar Tree, and it wasn't like a big channel. They went to a Dollar Tree and they spent like $1,500 and bought all the toys there and then gave them out to kids for Christmas. And it was crazy. And I was like, this is so freaking cool. And I was like, we're gonna be able to do it one day. But I wanted to do it obviously on a much bigger scale. So it's kind of a motivation thing for me too, just to keep that legacy alive. You know what I mean? So that's why we started it, and that's why we keep doing it every single year. And we try to blow it up and make things huge, man. You know, Toriyama wrote a book about Dragon Ball Z and Illustrator. He wrote all the books. You mean like a book describing and talking about it? I actually read that. You're talking about the yin and yang thing of Goku and Vegeta? If so, I actually read that before. Are you guys planning on having another child? No. Will you home? We're so back and forth on this. All I know for sure is that it's definitely not going to be the public school system. We both went to the public school system, and it's definitely not going to be the public school system. We're definitely probably thinking about doing the homeschool route, but if not, it's definitely going to be private school. We both went through the public school system, and I felt like it was a joke my whole life. I personally went to Fairfax County, Virginia, which is like supposedly one of the top-rated school systems in the country, and it's a joke. And it was a joke. Like Fairfax County is supposedly one of the best education systems in the world. And it's like, I could get straight A's and Dean's List or whatever you want to call it, honor roll, doing nothing. I was a notorious school skipper. I hated going to school so bad. I knew every trick in the book. My mom used to tell me I was like the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That was me. I knew exactly how to fake and sick to be sent home. Like I knew, for example, Fairfax County rules is if you had a temperature above 100, you had to go home. And then did you know that if you put a penny in your mouth, the copper or the zinc, whatever it was, will increase your body temperature from about 98 point something to 100 point something temporarily. So you can put a penny in your mouth and you can increase your temperature. Then they'd have to send you home. If you vomited, they have to send you home. So that meant go to the vending machine, get a little thing of cereal, make it look like vomit, put a little bit on your sleeve in there, go to the clinic. Oh, I just threw up. Oh, that you have to go home. I'm going home. I hated school. I hated it so bad. I just hated the institutionalism of it. Couldn't stand it. Taylor, okay, I'm going to answer these two in a row. Okay, I'm going to answer this one because I always get asked this question. Where did you get the name Jebus from? So yes, my real name's Steven. Nothing to do with Jebus, right? Where does that come from? I love telling this story because it's so stupid. When I was about 8 years old, my grandmother was babysitting me. My mom was at work, and I was playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai on the PlayStation 2. And I kept losing the fight. I distinctly remember it was the Piccolo versus Android 17 fight. And I kept losing, getting really mad. And I yelled out loud, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I was just getting mad. And my grandmother was like super religious, right? Like her school was taught by nuns and everything. I mean, like super, super religious. And she would get mad and say, don't say the Lord's name in vain. So then I just started yelling Jebus Crust. Just being a sarcastic 8-year-old. Instead of saying Jesus Christ, I would yell Jebus Crust. Just out of sarcasm. That's it. And it was just hilarious. And I guess everybody kind of just stuck around. So they would just be like, come on, Jebus, get in the car, Jebus. And it was just kind of this funny family inside joke. And that's how it all started. Nothing to do with anything else. That's what it was. And now I'm 32 years old and million people around the world know me as Jebus, not even my name. That's kind of hysterical. How did you and Amber meet? Well, we knew each other our whole lives. My mom and her mom were friends in school. So like when we were growing up, we went to her birthday. I went to her birthday party. She went to my birthday party. So we kind of knew each other. She's 93. I'm 94. I was a sophomore when she was a junior, and she asked me to go to her prom, and I said yes, and that was it. We've been together since we were 16. That's it. It's been this April 11th will be 16 years exactly we've been together, and I'm 32, so it'll be half our life come April. Do you ship to Canada? Yeah, we ship boxes to Canada every time, especially this most recent unit. I always told, hockey's Canada's sport, but I never realized how true that was until this unit. Usually we have like maybe 1 or 2 packages per auction go to Canada, but since we've been selling this hockey stuff, it's probably 10 to 15, sometimes as high as 21, I think was one auction of packages going to Canada. So it's interesting. How long are you guys going on the road? So we're leaving April 1st, and we're probably going to be gone to the end of May. So, not quite 2 months, but over a month and a half probably. And then in August, we're going to be gone again because they're having the big Dragon Ball convention in San Antonio, Texas, and we're driving to San Antonio. But we're stopping in Macon, Georgia, because the Wiggles are going to be live, and Broly loves the Wiggles. So we're going to see the Wiggles in Georgia, and then we're going to head on down to San Antonio, Texas for the big Dragon Ball convention. Never been to San Antonio, so I'm excited about that too. School kids get missing. I agree. I mean, some people you don't have a choice. Like that's what me and my mom were talking about the other day. It's not like they chose to send us there. She didn't have a choice. If she didn't work, we didn't have a house. You know what I mean? It's not like they chose to send us there out of spite or something. You got to do what you got to do. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a learning experience. So it's like I went through it. I experienced it. I know what I don't want my kids to experience. That's what it's all about, right? You live your life, you live your experiences, and you try to make your experiences for your kids better than the next generation. That's all it is. Right, buddy? Say right. Right. That's right.
He has peanut butter jelly on his face. He just finished eating part of peanut butter sandwich.
Nice.
Question. Brandon's about to cook on the grill. I'm gonna get him to make him a burger, but do you want any?
No, I'm good.
Because we still have patties in the fridge. So.
No, I'm probably gonna eat some nuggets later.
I'm just getting him one.
Yeah. But yeah, he's basically already homeschooled. I'm saying like we're like 90% of the chance we're probably gonna take the homeschool route. Yeah, those stupid laws, they're not passing in Virginia. The other problem is though, if they pass those dumb laws in Virginia, anyone that's already owned them, you're grandfathered in. So it's still stupid. I mean, it's like I don't really care about anything political, but the gun laws are like the one thing that bothers me because it's like the idea of like, I'm going to make this gun illegal. Like, you think somebody that's going to kill somebody is going to be like, oh, dang it, the gun's not legal. Oh my God, never mind. That's the one thing that bothers me. Anything else political, I don't talk about, I don't get into because I don't feel like dealing with it. I hate politics. I really do. But the gun stuff is the one that bothers me. That's the only one that bothers me. And I don't know what it is about that one in particular, but that one bothers me. Thank you, Robert. What's up? Well, we're not going to Australia right now. I'm talking about in a few years. When Broly gets older, we plan to go to Australia and we plan to go to Europe. We don't really know where we're going to go yet, but I just always wanted to go to Europe and I've always wanted to go to Australia. I hope I don't see those spiders. I watched some videos in Australia of you guys having like these giant mutant spiders, and I'm like, dude, if I see that thing, I'm gone. I cannot do mutant spiders. I don't like regular size spiders here in the U.S. I've seen some mutant spiders in Australia that look like they were like radiated out of Fallout or something. But yeah, man, I don't know, but I really want to go. What's up, Deb? When's the little man getting his channel? If he gets into YouTube when he gets older, you'd be sure I'm gonna help him every step of the way. Every step of the way, I'll show him how to do this game. But really, as a father, my biggest thing, what I want to instill is just that drive and that work ethic to keep going where most people will quit. Because that's really what it is at the end of the day. No matter what you choose to go into, it's just who's going to have the most grit and the most drive. That's what I want to instill in him. I don't care if you want to be whatever. You want to be a YouTuber, be a YouTuber. You want to be a teacher, you want to be a plumber, you want to be whatever you want to be. I don't care. Just be the best at it. That's what I'm saying. And when other people want to slow down and other people want to quit and other people complain that it's hard and they're not seeing any results and blah, 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 victim this. No, it's your fault, dude. It's always your fault. Everything's your fault at the end of the day. Like everything's in your control. You had to have that brain shift, that brain shift to where this is all in my control. I control my own destiny. That sounds cringy, I know, but it's like, that's how I feel. When is the book coming? What book? No, we only have one kid, just Broly. Only one. Oh, man. But yeah, that's just what I want to instill. Because everybody, like, I always see this poster, and I agree with it. I have one in my living room. It's true. I don't remember the exact words, but it's something along the lines of people don't respect the grind. They just respect the results. And I guess it's kind of true. It's like if you show somebody, like, what you're able to accomplish or what you're able to achieve, they're like, that's super cool. You're so lucky. But it's like, anybody can do this, but are you willing to grind for, 100 hours a week for 2 or 3, 4 years for nothing in return? That's the question. I don't think I'm special in any way. I think I'm just your average run-of-the-mill Joe too, but I just found the thing I was obsessed with at a young age. That's where I'm lucky. If you want to say I'm lucky, I'll say I'm lucky in that aspect. I found the thing that I love at a really young age. And I was born in the right time period to where YouTube was growing up just with me too. That's where I'd say I'm lucky. I had no control over that. But yeah, that's what it is. Thank you, Joey. Oh my gosh, Fallout, love that game. Did you guys see that they're remastering Fallout 3 and it's coming out later? I think it said July. Fallout 3 was my favorite of the entire Fallout series. I know everybody loves Vegas the most, but I love Vegas too. I've heard they're remastering 3. 3 is my favorite. I think because I'm from the DC area, so it's so cool to like go into Alexandria and go into Arlington and go into Annandale. I think that's why I love that one so much in particular. But, I can't wait for the remaster. Youngins, of course. I always try to be inspirational, man. I try. I'm an inspirational person. If you walked through my house, you would feel like cringed out because I have like these motivational quotes and stuff on the wall all over the place. I just want to, like, if I walk through my house, I want to feel inspired. You know what I mean? I want to feel inspired. I want to feel like I want to read that and be like, exactly. Champions don't quit. All these stupid, cringy things that most people think are cringe, they're all over my house. So I'm just that kind of guy. I'm that kind of guy. How did you come up with Broly's name? Google Broly and you'll see. He's a character from Dragon Ball Z, but it's kind of the lore. So like everybody always thought we wouldn't have a kid, and then we ended up having a kid, and then he ended up being Broly, which is cool. And in Dragon Ball Z, Broly is what they call the legendary Super Saiyan, and he's like, the super powerful one. But the whole lore behind him is they didn't think the legendary Super Saiyan really existed. They thought it was just a myth, and I don't know. It just seemed kind of cool. It kind of fit our whole story. They thought he was fake. They didn't think he would ever really exist. And when they find out he actually did exist, he was like the biggest, strongest, most powerful Saiyan. And I don't know. I'm a nerd. We're nerds. That's how. We're nerds. Straight up. Let's see. I see 2 people say, great question, Kelly. That was the one I just answered. Okay. But yeah, that's how we do it. Do you plan on doing more lives in the unit? I like to. I basically, if I buy a unit and I go look in there and I don't think it's enough to make a 20-minute video at a minimum, then I'll probably go live. As long as we have service. So if I get to make a video and I think it's going to be like a 10-minute one, I'd rather go live. And if we don't have service, then I'll end up usually putting it on the second channel. So it all comes down to the storage facilities. A lot of storage facilities are dead zones. Like you can't even get a text or a call out, yet alone go live on a video stream. So yeah, that's why. Well, my chat just freaking freshed again. All right, guys, again, if I don't answer your question, put it back in there again. Let's see. Let's see. No, we don't plan on having another child, by the way. No, we're just one. Bobby, you know what's weird? I watched the first one and I thought it was super cool, but then I kind of just fell out of it. I didn't, for some reason, the first one, I think it was just more so seeing all the things from the game in real life. I wasn't really interested in the storyline, I guess, if that makes sense. The storyline didn't like catch my attention, but like seeing people in power armor in the ghouls and stuff in real life was just like super cool as a lifelong Fallout fan. But like, I didn't really get into the storyline like that. Let's see. I absolutely love the money. Dude, that money unit was one. Like I said, I've been buying units since September of 2018. So this will be year number 8 for us. That's a once in a lifetime kind of unit. I'm aware of it. I'm well aware. If I ever find another one cool like that, that'd be awesome. But if I don't, I won't be surprised. I know those are like once and forever. What is the biggest financial hit you've ever taken on a locker? Again, this is so hard because we're such a different situation than everybody else. Like even some unit, if you take out social media, right? Remove social media from the equation and pretend it doesn't exist, because that kind of makes it unfair. Because even with, like I said, the stage unit that cost me over $4,000 that I couldn't sell anything out of it, the video went viral on Facebook and did really good on YouTube. So we still made just under $25,000 on that video, even though I sold nothing out of the unit. So me getting scammed added me $20,000. But that's not normal. If I didn't have a YouTube channel and I didn't know how to make YouTube videos, I would have taken a $4,000 loss there. The one we bought at the end of last year, the one I paid the most money for I ever paid, it was a $15,000 unit after fees. We only ended up selling a little under $11,000. It was like $10,800 worth in sales out of that unit. So again, I would have taken a $4,000 loss on that one if the video didn't go on to get 1.5 million views. The video on YouTube's made just under $16,000, and on Facebook it's made just under $2,000. So again, it saves me. The safety net is there. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is like, if once you can get a channel to a really big point and you can really feel like, I feel like at this point, I'm pretty good at YouTube and pretty good at long form content, you can save yourself a lot. Like you can really, I feel more obligated to take risks and more safe to take risks, I guess. That's why I always say, especially like right now during tax time, without social media, I would not touch any of these units at these prices they're going for. I have no idea how people are buying units at the prices they're at right now during tax time and making money on it. I have no idea. I really don't. And I'm not talking about the crazy ones. Like, yeah, the collectible one, that's, you guys that watch this, you know that's not normal. That's like what, 1 in 100 maybe? Maybe 1 in 100, but the everyday unit, no idea. No clue. It's absolutely beyond me how they're doing it. I have no idea. So, yeah, I guess that kind of answers your question. Can you please share more daily life? Well, we have a whole second channel called the Jebus Family. How many of you guys are even subscribed to our second channel, the Jebus Family? We put out videos usually 4 or 5 times a week, and it's just basically, most of the time, it's just random vlogs of just whatever we're doing, what units we're going to, setting up whatnot shows, playing with Broly, going to get food and eating and blah, blah, blah. Like that's the second channel. It's pretty much just become our family channel. That's why it is called the Jebus Family. So I guess that makes sense. So we originally started it to do behind the scenes, and what happened was that when Broly was first born, a lot of people wanted updates. And I didn't want to put like family updates on this channel because I want this channel to be mostly niche about, buying, reselling storage units. So I was like, I'm just going to start uploading it. I'll upload the video on that channel. And then a bunch of people came there and they're like, please do this again. I love seeing your family. I'm like, okay, we'll do it again. And here we are 2 years later after he was born, and we've been pretty much uploading 4 to 5 times a week on that channel. It's become a thing now, and I love it because we can go back and watch videos from when Broly was a little baby. It's basically this entire time capsule of his childhood, which is, you know how much money I would kill as a 32-year-old right now to have something like that of my childhood? That's crazy. It's super cool. Yeah, I know. I don't know why the door is open. I think Broly opened the door. Usually the door is always shut. But yeah, golden toilet. No, man. Any advice for a retiree starting YouTube, but been buying units for a while now and just barely? Okay, so as far as you got to treat YouTube, and this sounds stupid, but I'm going to be honest. People have to give YouTube a completely different level of respect. Everybody thinks it's point a camera, make a video, and then you can make a lot of money. Not at all true. Not even remotely true. Not even a fraction of a percent true. Sure, you can make a video like that, but if you don't actually dissect the science of like making a video, there's so many little details. I can sit here and yap for an hour about just how to make a YouTube video as good as you can and tell all kinds of different secrets that I've just kind of learned from other people, learned from experience and all that over the years. But there's a lot of very good people on YouTube that make videos about YouTube. One guy I used to watch all the time when I first started was Roberto Blake. He's still active on there. He does a lot of videos about making YouTube videos and stuff like that and how to basically start a business if you're a small channel and use that channel as a business. I used to watch him every single day. Still watch him a lot. Creator Academy. There's a lot of guys like that. Nick Nimmons, another one. What's this guy's channel? His name is Nate. I forgot the channel name. There's a lot of guys like this that make videos purely on videos. It's crazy. They make YouTube videos about making YouTube videos. And I find it so interesting. I still watch them sometimes to this day. But a lot of the content's focused on like small creators trying to reach your first 1,000, trying to reach your first 10,000. I feel like once you get past that like 100,000 subscriber mark, you kind of got to start just taking risks and trying and studying your data, because that's when you start to become a real outlier. Because take into consideration, less than 1% of people that make YouTube videos will ever hit 100,000 subscribers. That's not a small accomplishment. That's a huge. You're like, if you can hit 100K, you're in the absolute top 1% of the platform, top 1%. So, I mean, there's not a lot of people. I say watch the big guys, watch the big dogs and dissect them. I can't even sit there and watch like a Mr. Beast video anymore without me dissecting what he's trying to do. Like I pay attention to like the retention tactics, why he puts this here, why he puts there, how he opens story holes and leaves them open, if that makes sense. I pay attention to all of this stuff. Did you know I didn't buy? I was so mad about that unit, actually. So mad about that unit because I put a high bid at 1,200. It went off while we were loading the other unit, and I forgot to check my phone. It was at $400, and I put 1,280 on it. I was like, whatever, I'll just put it there. Then I'll check it again, and I forgot to check my phone. And it was like, and I went to check it, it already went off like 10 minutes ago, so I missed it. Somebody beat me by $10. I would have definitely went higher on that, but I forgot I was loading another unit. How's the monetization for the Jebus video? Well, much lower than the main channel, of course, but it still makes a decent amount of money. I mean, I say most videos on that channel make about $200 a video on average. So, I mean, still pretty good. The thing is, when I look at that, I'm looking at that as something I do for fun. I just like the editing process. And literally, it takes me 20 minutes a day max to edit those videos. So there's no time investment in it whatsoever. 20 minutes a day max. Because I don't do any editing on those, really. I just slap them on a timeline. I fix the audio, and I cut the beginning and the end. Like, it takes me 20 minutes to edit those videos. So there's no time advantage or no time investment whatsoever. That's why I think they're fun. And plus, I think second channels are just a way to connect with your audience more. And again, the fact that we can kind of make a time capsule of Broly's entire childhood that we'll be able to look back on when we're older is super cool. There's a lot of benefits to it. So there's that. Hey, thank you, Norma. I love this question from people because I get it a lot. How many hours a week do you guys put in? And the answer is so stupid, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. Anywhere between 0 and 100. It depends on the week. I have weeks where I don't feel like doing anything and I'm scheduled ahead. We'll sit around and watch TV and play video games. And I have some weeks where I literally sleep for 3 hours a day because I'm working the entire day from 9 a.m. to 4 to 5 in the morning, and I don't really sleep. It's so hard to say. And I just don't want people to think I'm coming across as sarcastic when I say that. It's literally between 0 and 100. It depends on the week. It's that drastic. It is that drastic. Let's see. Besides cash or gift cards, what is a favorite find? Oh, guns, of course. I love finding guns. I'm a big firearm fanatic. I love going to shoot. And now my mom in David's house has 17 acres. They have targets set up. I can go shoot thousands of rounds without ever having to worry about being at a range, sharing with anybody else. And it's so nice. So I love guns. I love ammo not because I'm a psychopath, but because ammo is expensive. And if I can find a unit for free, I don't have to pay for it. And I can go have fun shooting at targets and stuff like that. A lot. I don't want to give away like talk about like our actual total income. I'll talk in like specific videos, but I don't want to put that much information out there. That's a little too much, but we do really well. We do really well. Let's see. Are you going to stop in Bellamy, Texas? To be honest, I don't even know where that's at. And I don't really know where we're going in Texas. Besides San Antonio, I don't know where we're at. I don't even know if that's on the way. If that's on the way, maybe. We're coming from the east, from Virginia into San Antonio. Or we're going to be coming from Georgia, actually, from San Antonio into San Antonio, Texas. So it might be. I don't know. You ever buy any units in northern Rhode Island? We didn't buy any in Rhode Island when we were out there, did we? No. We took a trip to the Northeast at the end of last year for the first time. We bought one in Connecticut. Where else did I buy one? I know I bought more than that. I don't remember now. Man, I'm blanking right now. It might have been Rhode Island. I really don't remember. Dang, I'm blanking. I'm totally blanking. But I know I bought more than one unit when we were out there. Top 10 gun. Oh, yeah, that storage unit I bought in, I don't remember if it was 22 or 23, what year it was. That's still my favorite storage unit of all time. The Money Hoarder was really fun too. That's a number 2, but nothing ever beats that gun unit we found that went viral. That would have been like our big video if YouTube didn't demonetize it. They demonetized it after 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks it already got to 5.6 million views, which is crazy. It was still going straight up, like going up exponentially every day. And then they demonetized it. Now they just, when they demonetize a video, it just kills it on the spot, dead. It's not going to go anywhere after that. That was our video. That was my unit, my favorite unit to this day. I don't know if I'll ever be able to compete with that one. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Thank you, Clara. 6-hour drive. That's a lot for a yard sale. But a lot of people come from very far for the yard sale. So it depends. I mean, it's fun. It's a whole experience. There's a lot of people that come here, like drive far and rent a hotel. There's like the main street by us, Hull Street. There's like a few hotels there. There's plenty of people that come from very far and rent a hotel. It's like a whole event. They ask us where to go to eat. I always point everyone to Q Barbecue because that's like a local place that we love. It's really good. Fun time. When I drink, what's my go-to? If you're talking about alcohol, I don't drink at all. I'm a boring sober guy. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything. So Pepsi, a Diet Pepsi or Pepsi Zero. Yeah, I'm a boring sober guy, man. I grew up in a family with a not like my personal home family. Like my parents didn't drink or nothing, but like our family has a long history of alcoholism and other drugs and a lot of problems. And I think it kind of just scared me away from it to where I don't mess with anything. I've drank 2 times in my entire life. One time when I first turned 21, and one time it was like I was still 21. My friend came over for a UFC card and made me sick. And since then, I can't even be around. If I smell alcohol, it makes me sick. The last time I drank any sip of alcohol was in 2013 or something like that. I don't even remember. It was a long time ago. No, 2014. I don't know. But it's been over 10 years. You can actually Google if you Google when Cain Velasquez fought Fabricio Verdum, it was that fight card. A friend came over. We watched that one together, and that was the last time I drank anything. That was in when was that fight? December 2016. That was actually more recent than I thought. So almost 10 years ago. Oh no, that was a rematch. Huh? No, it was June 2015. So yeah, it's been actually over 10 years. But yeah, I don't mess with that stuff. I don't like the feeling of not being like in control, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I don't like when like you're not in control of your own self. I don't like the feeling of being drunk. I did not like it whatsoever. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm a boring sober guy. That's just what I am. What's up? Thank you, April. My chat just refreshed again. But yeah, that car was the last time. Birthday shout outs. Happy birthday, disabled Army vet Miranda. To your dad and son. Sorry. Happy birthday to your dad and son. Happy birthday. Sorry, I didn't read the whole comment. But happy birthday. I agree. Alcohol is nasty. I don't like it. I don't like being around it. I don't like being around drunk people. I don't like anything to do with it. I really don't. Where's my brother been? Nowhere. He's just doing his own thing. He's working on his own thing. He sells some stuff on runs like a little music resale thing online too. He sells a lot of eBay, like vinyls and CDs. So a lot of times if I find a bunch of CDs or vinyls, I just give it to him so he can sell them. Then he still does Jack's editing, Locker Nuts editing. So yeah, he's doing his own thing. They still live with us right now. I think they're saving up soon to be able to get a house very soon. So yeah, that's what they've been doing. Excited for the road trip, dude. I have the travel bug bad right now, like really bad. I have that bug really bad right now. No, my only drug of choice is food. I don't drink, I don't smoke, but my God put me somewhere with some like fresh fried chicken or something, and I'm a weak man. All self-control goes out the window. I love food. I'm a fat guy that loves food. I've got that under control, the best I ever have in my life. But I'd be lying through my teeth if I told you. If I walk into a food and I see somebody's food and I smell something that smells good, it doesn't take every fiber in my being to not want it. I'd be lying through my teeth. That's my only drug of choice. What do you do in your downtime, man? We don't have a lot of downtime right now, but I mean, at night, sometimes me and Amber just watch YouTube or maybe play some video games and not even really play games a lot recently. The only thing I try to get myself back into, because I really fell out of it last year just because of work, and that's something I really love, is the UFC. I've been a diehard UFC fan since Matt Hughes knocked out Carlos Newton with the slam. I think that was in like 06 maybe. I don't remember. I've been a long time UFC fan. I love martial arts. I took Taekwondo as a kid. I did a little bit of wrestling in high school. My first job out of high school was at an MMA gym where I was able to do free Muay Thai, free mixed martial arts classes. I love it. I would have got into the sport if it wasn't for all the possibilities of getting injured. That scares the crap out of me. I know a lot of people that fought, and I know a lot of people that had severe brain problems from fighting because like CTE is no joke. I know a lot of people that went into it and they suffered severe issues from either boxing or Muay Thai or MMA. So I'm glad to just be a spectator on the side. I love to watch it. I respect the crap out of the guys. It's the most interesting sport in the world to me. But yeah, no, I'm not trying to get the brain damage. I know a lot of people that took some pretty bad brain damage. So yeah. And I love it because I feel like from the outside, the people that don't get into it, they look at it and see it as like this barbaric thing. But I've met a lot of athletes. You'll never meet athletes that are kinder, more respectful, and more friendly than UFC fighters. Or MMA fighters in general. But we went to a lot of UFC events. I've met so many UFC fighters in my time from at events and stuff like that. They're like the nicest dudes on earth. And I really do think it comes down to the fact that a lot of people are holding in a lot of anger. They are. Like everyone gets mad at stuff every day. That's called being human, but you can't release it. When you get to go into a gym, you get to hit pads and hit stuff as hard as you can. I feel like it lets you kind of release that. And you're kind of just like, you know, because when I used to take like Muay Thai classes, I knew like mentally I felt a lot just more calm and relaxed because I just get to hit stuff. As bad as that sounds, I think it's what it is. But yeah, we've met some of the best UFC fighters in the world, and they're all super cool, man. I did, Norma. I did see that. I didn't know he released that. I saw that. That's crazy. Dwayne, it depends on our schedule. Again, this business is so unpredictable, dude. Like 1 week I might have no units, 1 week I might have 5 or 6, and then I'll keep me busy over the whole weekend. So it just depends. That's maybe once or twice a month. It just depends. But when I go, I don't go with like, 100 rounds of ammo. I'll go with like 1,500, 2,000 plus. So I go. I haven't actually had to buy ammo in about 4 years now. I've just been using ammo from storage units for the last 4 years. Hey, what's up, Pat D's? What's going on? It always makes me laugh when Pat and Pat Verizon say hi to each other. It's like, hey, Pat. Hi, Pat. Hi, Pat. I don't know why it makes me laugh. I have a stupid sense of humor. Yeah, I do like my brain. My brain makes my money, so I kind of need it to not get injured. I need it to not be too damaged up. Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it is. But I used to really be into martial arts, like really heavily, like really into it. Like I said, that was my first job out of high school. I really got into it. I actually signed up one time for a fight, but it ended up the event getting canceled because the main event. This was when I was 18 years old. I actually signed up and I didn't do it, and because the event ended up getting canceled. And since then, I was like, I shouldn't do this. Because when you're 18, you think you're invincible, right? You're like, it's not going to happen to me. Nothing's going to hurt me. I'm invincible. Blah blah blah. Then when you get older, you start to realize and see the people that actually went through that, and you're like, yeah, there's actual real life consequences for that. And maybe I shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Thank you, Norma. And thank you, Nanny. Congrats on those 4 play buttons, dude. It's crazy. No, hidden truth. I haven't played RuneScape since Sailing came out. This is going to sound so stupid to anyone that doesn't play this game. But if you play RuneScape, you'll get what I'm about to say. I'm afraid to play it. You don't casually play RuneScape. When I play RuneScape, it's all I do. I have no self-control. I'm like a straight addict. I will play for 16, 18 hours a day and do nothing else. So like I'm trying my best to keep myself away from it because when I do, everything else suffers because it is like so addicting. It's so addicting, man. Oh, I try not to. Sometimes if I'm editing, for example, I'll make my character fish monkfish in the background. Like I have one monitor here, one monitor up here. I'll throw the RuneScape on the top monitor, just get my character to fish in the background. So that whenever I do go to play again, I have Iron Man account. that I have a bunch of food stocked up. So that's basically the extent of what I play right now. It's not, dude. It is. You cannot play that game for 5 minutes. It's been insane. The amount of hours I put into that game is kind of pathetic. But I love it. I love it. I love it. Do you ever find out any more? Oops, just pressed the wrong button. No, I got a lot of questions about that person. And all I was able to find out about them is where they worked, where they lived, and the fact that they filed bankruptcy. They had no criminal history. They weren't dead, nothing like that. So your guess is as good as mine. It was a weird one. You don't necessarily have to go to the police station. Well, it depends on, I don't want to say that because it depends on the state you're in. But you do have to get them checked. A lot of times they'll come out and check them, but I've also had times where they just get you to read a serial number over the phone. It depends. I've had plea, they want to come out and look at it and check it, and then a lot of times you get it verified over the phone. But yes, absolutely get it verified, because if that thing is attached to like something, a murder or a robbery or something, and it's in your possession, good luck explaining that. But absolutely get the serial numbers ran. 100,000% get them ran. As long as they're clean. I mean, I've found like 50 guns and I've never had anything come back stolen, hot, or anything like that. So, I mean, I guess it depends where you're at. Thank you, Melody. Of course you can. I know plenty of people that sell that do really good, and they don't really make nothing off of social media or none at all off social media. You just got to get good at picking, really. I guess you got to learn to really profile the units and be able to pick out which ones are staged and stuff like that. Like Pirate, for example, he's a good friend of ours. I know he does videos, but I know almost all his revenue comes from reselling, even though he does videos. Our friend now that lives pretty close to us, Early Bird Pickers, he does whatnot in online sales. They don't make videos or nothing, and they do really well for themselves. You definitely can. You just gotta, learn the game. It's a hard game to learn. And now with people like us and other people putting it on social media, it's opening the door to so many more people. And that's what a lot of people don't like. They don't like, and I don't understand that, the mindset. If you're good at what you do, more competition shouldn't scare you. I guess if that's my mindset. Everybody's like, if you keep posting these videos, you're going to bring more people to YouTube. More people are going to make storage unit videos. I'm like, I welcome it. I welcome that. I welcome the day some new guy comes into the niche and he's like absolutely amazing at this and like puts me on my butt basically and compete with us and beat our numbers. I welcome it because I don't back out and cry at that. I see that as like, oh, let's go. That gets me excited. I love competition. I love competing, not in like a mean way. In order for me to win, I don't need you to lose. I guess that's the best way to put it. You know what I mean? But I love competition. I'll never back down from competition. I absolutely love it. And the more people on this platform, in my eyes, means the more people eyes are on storage units. That's the way I look at it, because it could be something about my personality that somebody just hates. They don't like it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But if they like somebody else's videos, maybe that person will get them into storage units. So as long as they're in the storage units, the more people are getting into storage units, we're all winning. I don't understand this. I have to kill everybody and destroy everybody and put everyone else's candle out for mine to shine brighter. It's a stupid way of thinking in my eyes. Everybody can win. That's why people talk to me about YouTube. I'll tell them all the tips in the world. I don't care. I'll literally build somebody into my competitor. I don't care. I'll give you all the tips in the world. I'll answer any questions you have about this. I don't care. I believe in my abilities, and I welcome the day some new killer comes along in this business and they're just like crushing it. Because that just brings more eyes to the business. I don't think it's ever going to happen in my life, at least not into the next 15 years or so. And by then, if it continues for at least 10 years, I'm set, man. Like I'm completely set, to be honest with you. But I don't see it going anywhere. YouTube is like, look at a graph of how many users are on YouTube and filter it over the years. It's crazy. It's growing exponentially fast, and it's getting bigger and bigger. Everything on cable and TV is dying. It's going slower. YouTube is the future. It's going to be the future, 100%. I still believe within 10 years, cable will barely exist. I mean, it already, to me, barely exists, but I think that's pretty much gone. YouTube is the future. It is. I don't think it's going anywhere. Let's see. Where was I at? Will I ever go dumpster diving again? I would love to, actually. But right now, the problem is I'm way too awkward to go during the day. So when we did it, we went at night. And obviously, we got Broly here at night, so we can't leave him here. So that's why we don't do it now. But I would absolutely do it again. Oh, Terry, it's funny. It's funny. I mean, I don't look at it in a disrespectful way, but I mean, yes, look up our titles and look how many people steal our titles, how many people directly steal our thumbnails, and they steal so much. And like, it's funny to me. I don't really care, to be honest with you, but it's like you're not taking the part that actually mattered. It's like if you wrote a book and your writing sucks, but then you take the idea of somebody else's cover. Like, unless you fix what's inside of it, you're still not going to go anywhere. A thumbnail and title is only going to get you the click. If once they click, the people aren't enjoying what they're watching, YouTube's not going to push your stuff. They're not going to push it. So it's like, until you can actually get good at this, yeah, just keep copying. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. People actually have to enjoy it once they click on it. If that makes sense. But yeah. Yeah, Chiller, you just have to get the serial number ran by law enforcement. It depends on your state. So obviously 50 states here, they all have their own laws. In Virginia, where we're at, you have to get it you just have to get the number checked. As long as you're not a felon, as long as you're allowed to legally own a possession or own a firearm, not own a possession, wow. Own or possess a firearm, which means you don't have a felony, and the number's clear, meaning it's not stolen, it's not hot, it's yours. You're good. Let's see. Thank you, Hadrian. Now, there's more of a process if you want to go about selling them. You have to do some other stuff, but I don't ever sell them, so I don't deal with that. What was my initial investment, dude? When we started doing storage units, let me tell you how bad. You guys don't know how broke we were, man. So, like, let me give you a little background on our story. Everybody thinks that, like, because we're successful now, we, like, came from something crazy, which is so not true at all. So, my dad died in 2014, right? Me and Amber got together in 2010. My dad passed away in 2014. When he passed away, with his life insurance and everything he had in his bank account, they couldn't even cover his expenses, right? Like, my mom had to put like the funeral and stuff on credit card. So she was in all kinds of credit card debt back then. And then we had just a horrible span. In 2014, my dad passed away. In 2017, my uncle passed away, which was my mom's sister. It was really unexpected, really random, completely like unexpected. He had a brain aneurysm that nobody knew about. He was living with us at the time. And they went to go get him up and ask him if we wanted to go. Like, the day before, we just went and played basketball, right? We went to go ask him if they wanted to go play basketball at the basketball court again, and they couldn't wake him up. They went to the hospital. He had a brain aneurysm that ruptured. Nobody had any idea. And then the following year, 2018, my grandmother passed away. So, like, in the 4-year span, we had a lot of death dealing with it. And at the time, we bought our first storage unit for $150, but I had no money. Like, no money. You know what I did to buy my first storage unit? This is so bad. Please don't do what I'm doing. I was in college at the time. I signed up for 20 college credits, waited for my the aid to go through, or the loan. I'm not going to say aid because I had to pay it all back. Waited for the loan to go through, and then dropped 8 of the credits. So then once the loan processed for the thousands of dollars, I dropped the 8 credits. So then if you drop the credits and the loan's already processed, they send you a check for the rest. So I got a $1,200 check from that, and I used that check to buy my first few storage units because I had nothing. I had less than $100, and we had less than $100 in our bank account between us. We used my mom's old Toyota Camry that we couldn't afford to fix. We had to put oil in it every day. It had no oil in it. That was what we moved every storage unit in, and that is how we started it all. So it was literally, there was no plan B, absolute all eggs in one basket. Between me and Amber, we had $130,000 in student loans, about $20,000 in credit card debt, and about $100 in the bank account, in a car that didn't run if we didn't put oil in it when we started doing it. That's where we were at. All of our food we ate was the frozen section of the Dollar Tree. That's how we started it. That is how we started it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I think back to that sometimes. But yeah, that's how we started in 2018. Hey, thank you, Kristen, for the $5 super chat. Let's go. Let's see. Been traveling from Kentucky to the yard sale. Well, of course. I'm always out there. I might seem like a zombie, but I'll be there because usually we don't sleep the night before because they got to start so early, and then we've loaded for 5 or 6 hours. So it might seem like a zombie, but yes, we'll be there. What did I study at college? I did computer science. I'm always a computer nerd. Funny thing is, I dropped out of school in 2019 because YouTube was starting to take off, and that's all I really wanted to do anyway. I really did not care about college, but I needed 3 more classes. I think it was 11 total credits to graduate with my bachelor's of science in computer science, and I didn't finish. And everybody was like, "Don't you want to go back and get it?" I'm like, "Hell no, I don't want to go back and get it." No, but they're like, "You wasted all that time." If I went back, I would just waste more time. That piece of paper means nothing to me. Nothing. It just meant I wasted a lot of money and I wasted a lot of time. That's all it meant to me. I see absolutely no reason to go back. All I ever wanted to do from the time I was about 15 years old was do YouTube full time. That's the only thing I ever enjoyed, the only thing I ever had fun doing, and the only thing I ever actually wanted to do. That's it. Are you going to homeschool Broly? Probably. That's probably our plan. Can you show how to make a video? Dude, it's complicated. It's complicated depending on how much effort you put into it. You can slap together some videos in 5 minutes. Like I said, the Jebus family videos, I put no effort into. I'm honest there. It takes me like less than 20 minutes to edit a Jebus family video. But like an average storage unit video, I'll spend anywhere from 4 to 7 hours on. And that's somebody that's been doing this for 10 years. So like I'm pretty quick. If you're not quick, it's going to take you probably way longer than that. But yeah, that's how we started. Hi from Amelia Island, from Arlington, Virginia. Hey, neighbor. I was from Alexandria, Virginia, so right by the same area. That's where we were from. Where there's a will, there's a way. I agree. But I also think a lot of times, like, this is going to sound bad, and some people are going to disagree, which is fine. Everyone can have their own opinion. I kind of think backing yourself into a corner to where you have no other option brings out, like, the killer instinct in you. And that's basically where we were. We had nothing. We were $150,000 in debt and had $100 to my name. I was backed in a corner to where I'm like, if this YouTube doesn't work, like I'm screwed. I'm actually screwed. And I can't allow that to happen. So you guys don't understand how crazy life was in like 2017, 2018. I was still me and Amber were both still working full time. So we'd be at work from 7 to 5, right? We'll leave at 7, get home at 5. And then directly after work, go into George Mason University. And we'd be taking the night classes. So we'd be in college from like, say, 6 o'clock to 9, 10. And then at 10 o'clock, you'd leave the school. And then we'd go dumpster diving and film the dumpster diving videos from like 10 to 12, 10 to 1. And then get home at like 1:32. And then once we got home, I had to edit those videos. So it's like, there was a straight year or two where I probably slept an average of 2 hours a night. I have no idea how I survived it. I really don't. No idea. We talk about it all the time. I think back to it and I'm like, I have no idea how I survived that because it doesn't even seem like reasonable in any way. But I was like, literally, when people say get rich or die trying, I'm like, no, I meant it. I'm going to do this or it's going to kill me, one or the other. There's no other world where I would be happy and care about living if I'm not doing what I want to do. That's how I felt. I was like, I'm going to do this or it's going to kill me trying. What's the most views you had on a video? On YouTube, that gun, actually, no, it was a safe video. Let me see. I can actually go filter because I have it open right now. I always have analytics open. Our best YouTube video has 7.2 million views. And you know what's funny about that video? It was the one where we drove all the way to Tennessee for 3 safes. And all the safes had no guns. They were all empty. All empty. I spent $2,000 on that unit. We drove 8 hours, rented a hotel, and everything. So we had about $3,000 in gas, hotels, and storage unit fees into that unit, and all the safes were empty. But 7.2 million views paid out $73,000 on YouTube and $18,000 on Facebook. That unit made me $91,000. So like $80-some thousand on a unit where all the safes were empty. It's insane. And that's over like since I released that. I released that video in 2022. So that's over the last 3.5 years. That's not like, one day, obviously. That's over the last 3.5 years. But it's crazy. Yeah, I'm not going into all of that, Naptown Storage Hunter, but we do really well. That's all I'm going to say. We do really well. Exactly. When you're at the bottom, you either have a choice to go crazy or not. I mean, I hate that. I don't want to sound like I'm being an a-hole when I say the stuff I say, but I feel like I come off that way. It's like you either have that victim mentality where I'm never going to be able to do it. The world's unfair to me, blah, blah, blah. Or you just shut up and make it happen. That's basically why my brain's always been like that. I've never been that type of person where I'm like, it's just too hard. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to sleep. I'm tired. So what? If you want something that most people don't have, then you got to be willing to do what most people won't do. That's what it is. I'm a little psychopathic when it comes to business, dude. I'm a little crazy. GMU alum here. Let's go. But yeah, I'm a little crazy when it comes to it. How much does live stream make? Live streams don't really pay that much, to be honest with you. They really don't. I just do it because it's fun. I like talking with people, and I like talking with you guys because if you watch us, I know you have this similar interest as me as far as like this storage unit business. Most people I don't like talking to because like we have nothing in common. I'm so abnormal. I feel like I'm such an abnormal person that 95% of the population I have nothing in common with. So it's like I don't even know what to talk about. I don't want to sit here and have this cooler talk on how's the weather, how's the wife. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the small talk stuff. I want to talk to people about actual, stuff. And I feel like if you guys watch us, you're interested in the same stuff I'm interested in. So then we can actually sit here and conversate, if that makes sense. Peace out has always been your trade. It has. Even if, the channel's deleted now, but in 2013, me, my brother, and Amber started a channel called, it's deleted now, so you can't find it, Trolling Keeds. Because I used to love going on video games and trolling people, like the old Call of Duty games, like going on Black Ops 2 and using the mod menu and just playing zombies and just being mean, basically. Not in a mean way, but I just like playing around. Because in my eyes, it's like, it's just a game. It's not that serious. But some people take it so seriously. And it's hilarious to mess with. That was our first YouTube channel I made in 2013. And I did it back then too. I would just be like, yep, that's it. Peace out. Peace out. Always the peace out. I look at the most expensive storage units in the country nationwide all the time. Now, when I most likely drive out to like the other side of the country for something, it'd have to be crazy. So, it'd have to be really crazy. But I do look at all the time because I'm just curious. I like seeing the biggest ones. But usually I have my filter on about 100 miles. Sometimes I'll go up to 200 if I can't find nothing in my general area. I owe this last unit that I bought with all the collectibles in it. I really owe Early Bird Pickers, our friend. He's on Whatnot because I usually have it at 100-mile limit, and that one was about 120 miles. So I didn't even see that one at all. That wasn't even on my radar. He sent it to me because he bought another unit in our area and said, do you want this one? He's not going to bid on it because he bought another one. And I went for that one, and that one's ridiculously paying out like crazy. One of the better units I've bought in a while as well. But yeah, I wouldn't have even seen that one. That was out of my range. So I really owe him on that one. Let's see. Do I see good units in Maryland? I see a lot of staged units in Maryland. A lot. But yeah, there's some good ones in there. We bought a lot in Maryland. Like when we were born, or not born, we first started doing this, we were in Northern Virginia. So we'd go up into like PG County, a lot of units in PG, Maryland, and DC, that area. I got a lot there, but that was also before the unit prices started going crazy. What I used to get for $30 would now cost $300. So it's kind of hard to say, but I got a lot in PG when we first started. Our first viral video, the drug dealer unit that went on to get like 5 million views, that was in Maryland. That was pretty good. Yeah, we do need to update it. We haven't updated our banner in a while, actually. I don't even have facial hair. Broly's still there. I think one of my tattoos aren't even on it. We haven't updated it in a while. We got to do something. Trademark, let's go. That too. Boom. Why does everyone want me to paint my toilet gold? That's like the 10th person that's asked me to paint my toilet gold. What's the best piece of jewelry you found? That's a hard one because we sold a lot of jewelry unsearched through before. So I have no idea what I've sold. But that unit that we found all the gold in, that it was the one that was like it went for $1,000 and most of it was trash. And it was the one the owner had called the facility cussing out the manager. The manager told me what I paid for it. She was like, I'm so glad you won this. I'm so tired of dealing with this guy. Like, he's been nothing but a problem for us the whole time. And he was like so mad about the unit being sold. And everything in it was garbage. And then you find like a random bag of jewelry, and it was about $7,000 in scrap gold. But one of the necklaces in there was an 18-karat brace or 18-karat necklace that was valued at just over $3,000 for that one, and just the scrap gold value, not including the fact that obviously it was a nice whole piece, which should increase it above scrap gold. So I'd probably say that. I have mad organization skills. I guess we give off. I guess we do. I don't know. Everyone's their own worst critic, right? I see like sometimes that it's we're kind of a mess here, but I don't know. I'm never. What's the word? I'm never 100% satisfied. I'm really happy with where we're at. Don't get me wrong. I'm super happy. This is all I ever wanted to do in life, but I always want to find a way to take it to the next level. That's my brain. I want to find a way to take it to the next level. I always want to be the first in this niche, like this storage unit niche. When there's something new on YouTube, I always want to be the first guy to do it. That's just my brain. I want to come up with the next idea. I always do. And I take risks, and sometimes they suck. Like I really thought for some reason the video we did last year where we traveled, we threw a dart at a map, traveled there, bought the storage unit, sold all the stuff, and donated all the money to St. Jude's. I thought that would be such a cool idea. It was horrible. It's our worst performing video of the last year. I took a risk and I spent a lot of money doing it. And I lost money there because if you take into consideration the traveling fees, we had to rent a U-Haul back from Michigan to Virginia. And the fact that nothing I sold went to me. We donated all the money we sold. So all I had was that YouTube video. And that YouTube video made like $2,000. But I think we spent, you've taken into consideration the U-Haul, both the units, the hotel, the traveling, the buying. We spent over $5,000. So that one put me $3,000 in the hole. I lost $3,000 on that whole ordeal. But that's what you got to do. You got to have a risk tolerance. You got to be willing to take risks. If you're not willing to take risks, you're never going to go nowhere. You have to be willing to take risks. And it was fun at the end of the day. We got to travel. We donated over $10,000 to St. Jude's doing it. And we got to go experience Michigan. We had never stayed in Michigan before. That's another thing people don't take into consideration is like YouTube is such a cheat code to where you can combine life experiences with your business and use it to your benefit, if that makes sense. So like if I want to go, like say I'm like, I want to visit Michigan, right? A normal person, you got to plan a vacation there. But us, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go buy a storage unit there and film videos there. Now, guess what? Now the traveling, now the storage units, now the hotels, now the food, that's all now business expenses because we're making money doing it. It's really a cheat code. It really is a cheat code. And this took like I talked about this before, and until we had an accountant, I didn't feel comfortable about this. Like until I sat down and actually talked to an accountant. But yeah, we don't really handle any of our finances and taxes anymore. I know what I make, and the accountant company, they do all the behind the scenes. I don't mess with anything legal, man. I'm terrified of legal. I don't even have a traffic ticket. I have no legal record whatsoever, and I want to keep it that way. Do you think workers go through units? I mean, it depends. Does it happen? Of course it does. But is it common? No, I don't think so. Of course it does happen. I think it's more likely to happen in the little random kind of mom and pop places than it is in like for example, a public storage, an Extra Space, or a CubeSmart. I think, but of course it happens. You can't never say it doesn't happen, but you got to understand the laws and the risks they're putting themselves in. So like, even if the unit sells and I win, up until I pay them in cash, that other person could still pay up and reclaim the unit. So example, a unit opens up, there's like $100 sitting on the box. The employee snatches it, takes the pictures, and lists it. The original owner can walk into the office right after that, pay for it, and then go unlock their unit. Then what? How do you explain that one? They're putting themselves into a really scary legal place. But of course it happens. Like if they know, for example, somebody died or somebody's in prison, they know for sure they're not coming back and they can't get back. I'm sure it happens, but I don't think it happens all the time. Is it Longhorn time? No, they were packed today. We went to McDonald's. We went there earlier and it was packed to the brim. I always look tired. That's just who I am. I don't sleep well. I'm not a good sleeper. I never have been. I have a very overactive brain. It's really hard for me to go to sleep. It's really always has been. It is what it is. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. I feel like I look tired all the time. Like my eyes always look tired probably because I don't sleep well. But then the other time, it allows me to outwork most people that do what I want to do. Because I can just go for 20 hours a day, sleep for 4 hours, get up and do it again. Most people aren't willing to do that. I can do that, and it's not really that difficult. I don't really feel like I'm suffering that hard, if that makes sense. I can outwork people. That's my superpower. If it makes sense. See, do you use any AI to help you? Oh yeah, I do. So now, especially with the way AI has come, I'll use it kind of I still do a lot of Photoshop. So like AI is good at like creating the image, like for thumbnails I'm talking about. It's good at creating images, but there's still a lot of it that looks stupid and fake. But like I'll use the AI as like a base image, and then I still bring it over into Photoshop and I fix up a bunch of certain things, recolor some things, replace some things. But like, yeah, dude, it saves a lot of time now. We used to have to make that from scratch. It would take me, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours. Now I can get AI to do it in 5 minutes. It's insane. And a lot of times now too, with YouTube has an A/B testing feature where you can test different titles against each other and different thumbnails against each other. I'll come up with the title I think will work on the video, and then I'll give that title to an AI. Like I use Grok a lot. I'll give it to Grok and say, this is my title. Give me 10 other variations of this title. And I'll just pick the other 2 that I like the most. And then I'll A/B test the 3 titles against each cell. Sometimes the AI wins. Like a lot of times it's the one I'd say 75% of the time it's the one I pick or I created. But sometimes like that other 25%, the AI generated title will be the most clicked on one. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I really do think it's gonna take over. I mean, it's definitely the future. So it's kind of, I watched a video. I wish I could find it because I wanted to show Amber. I watched a video on Facebook, like I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, where it was a guy that went around interviewing a bunch of people in like the mid 90s when the internet was first like taking over businesses and first coming in. And they were going around talking to people, asking their opinion on the internet. And they would say things like, I don't really like it. It makes it seem fake. It makes it seem unreal. It gets rid of the human connection. And then they would play a clip following that about today, asking people about AI in business. And it's the same thing. People said the same exact thing about the internet in the 90s that they're saying about AI technology right now in the 2020s. And there's so many people in the 90s that were like, yeah, I think it's a phase. I don't think it's really going to go anywhere. It's not going to last. It's just this new thing. And I'm like, how'd that work out for you, buddy? How'd that work out for you? How did that work? Now, is there even any businesses left alive that aren't relying on the internet? Not really. So it's crazy. Yep. See you, Deb. My chat just decided to refresh itself. So I think you got to learn. You got to get on board. Business is cutthroat at the end of the day. It's sink or swim. When there's a new tool and there's a new way to do things, learn it or drown. That's basically what it is. It sounds brutal, but that's what it is. If you're not willing to learn, somebody else is going to be, and they're going to blow past you. So if you're not willing to learn, keep up, and evolve, you're going to get run over. That's just, the harsh, real reality of it. You got to be willing to constantly learn and constantly evolve. That's one of my biggest things for me, personally, I think, is that I always will be a student of the game when it comes to YouTube. Always. I'll never for 1 second have I thought to myself, oh, I mastered this. Now I'm the best. I don't need to learn. That is the dumbest mindset. That is the stupidest mindset. And that's when you crash and that's when you burn. That's when you go. No, let's be clear. That's when you stop. You got to really love it. Let's see. Thank you, son. Appreciate it. And yeah, I've always been like that. Even when in high school, when I had to get up at 6:30 for school, most of those nights I was going to bed at like 2 o'clock, 2:30. I've always been like that. I don't know. My dad was like that too. My dad worked at Toyota for 20 some years. He had to get up for work at around 4:30 a.m. And most of the time he'd be going to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning every night. And he would do it. I think there's definitely a genetic component to it, because my brother's pretty similar, and Broly's also pretty similar. He doesn't sleep. He can like stay up for a long time, where the doctors say that they shouldn't stay up that long at his age. He did it. I definitely think there's a genetic component to it, unless it's just weirdly coincidental that my dad was that way, me and my brother were both that way, and now my son's also that way, which I guess is possible, but unlikely. That's funny. Second half. That's funny. He has to grow 1 more inch, though. I'm 6'5". But if he's only 15, he'll probably end up taller than me anyway. So let's see. Sink or swim. Yeah. Beck, I used to do this all the time. I used to actually really enjoy going thrifting. But in our area, there's not many mom and pop thrift stores. It's pretty much dominated by Goodwill. And Goodwill's become a joke. I don't know if it's everywhere else, but it is here. They'll have stuff at like from TJ Maxx with a $5 price tag on it, and they'll put a Goodwill $10 tag over top of it. Goodwill's gotten insane. It's not even fun anymore because like you go in there and it's like the stuff's priced higher than it is online. There's no fun anymore. Like if I go out of town and I go to like a real country rural area, I like to find like the mom and pop thrift shops. Those are still fun. Or I love flea markets. I love yard sales. But like for thrift stores, all we pretty much have is Goodwill. And Goodwill sucks now. It really does. Goodwill sucks. But that's what it is. That's what it is. They've evolved. They've sent all the good stuff to auctions now, and their in-store prices are a joke. Yeah, that's also true, rural dad. Everybody's always like, how do you not know this? I'm like, dude, you have to be an expert on literally everything with storage units because it varies so much. One day I bought nothing but tools. The next day I bought nothing but sports collectibles. The next day it's nothing but electronics. The next day it's nothing but video games. The next day it's women's care products and women's clothes and brands and purse. Like, it's impossible. It's impossible. There's just too many things to know. And I'm not the type of person that's going to pretend like I know something I don't. I'm just going to say I don't. If somebody's like, you're stupid. All right, cool, whatever. I'm stupid to you. Great. I'm not going to pretend I don't know and I don't know. No, Deborah, no more kids here. No more kids. That is every business. If you're not learning every day, you're not trying, dude. 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. I listened to a lot of people in high school in my early 20s, like speeches from the big entrepreneurs. I just find them, even if they're in a field that I'm not into whatsoever, I find it very interesting. You guys know how much I talk trash about Apple, right? Of course I'm joking, but I loved Steve Jobs. I love listening to Steve Jobs talk. He's one of the smartest businessmen humans have ever created, dude. He was a genius. He was a genuine entrepreneurial genius. I loved listening to Steve Jobs like talk about the way he did things. It was crazy. I love just listening to like, now I listen to a lot of the big YouTubers, like any podcast that has like Mr. Beast on it and he's talking about YouTube, I'm in, I'm listening. Because like I want to pick the brains of the people that are the best at it. Like I want to be able to pick their brains, you know? That's my thought process. Out of all the guns you found, what's your favorite? Easy. The M1 Garand World War II issue that came out of that gun unit. It's in like perfect condition. The serial number is still perfectly readable. I ran it. It was like 1942 military issue in World War II. Still had the bag it was given in and still had the bayonet with it and everything. Super sick. Never fired it. It's on my wall, but I love the way it looks. I love history. That is one subject I was kind of a nerd about too. I love U.S. history and I love math. Everything else I could give a crap less about. I really didn't care. All the other ones I didn't care. What was my dad? My dad's name was, I'm a junior, Stephen Ray Frazier. I'm Stephen Ray Frazier Jr. So I'm a junior. That's why we didn't make Broly a junior, because he would have been a third. We always joke that like once you go past junior, it starts to sound like a British royalty, like a king. Like when you say the third, I don't know. To me, that sounds like you're like a king. You know what I mean? No, I'm not trying to like say don't do it, but it's just, that's what it sounds like to me. Does it cost a lot to run a Whatnot? It costs nothing to run a Whatnot show. You can sell 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It doesn't cost you anything besides, you know, what the cost of goods are you're selling. And if most people, like we do it too, you put it on to where buyers pay the shipping. So you're out of pocket nothing besides giveaways. If you do giveaways, you have to pay to ship the giveaways and that stuff. Other than that, it costs nothing. No, yard sales next weekend, darling. A week from tomorrow. Thank you, Elizabeth. I love this comment, Don, because I get asked this all the time. And I think, honestly, it's had the complete opposite effect on us. I feel like everyone says, like, oh, I would become a hoarder. For me, it's had the complete opposite effect. I'm just so tired of stuff. I want stuff gone. I'll get rid of stuff even if I might use it just because I don't want it no more. I'm just so tired of stuff being around me. I want it gone. I just want it all out of there. So I think it had the complete opposite effect on me. Thank you, Sean. It's fun to do, dude. It's a steep learning curve, but it's fun. Do I have a photo? Yeah, of course I have lots of photos. Not down here, like on my phone or nothing. But yeah, of course we have lots of pictures, family pictures and stuff like that. I got a tattoo. This is why I always talk trash to the Red Sox. My dad was like a diehard Yankee fan. Like he loved baseball. I never got into it, but he was like a diehard Yankee fan. So that's why I still continue the talking trash to the Red Sox, even though I don't watch baseball. There's nothing against you, Massachusetts people. I don't watch baseball whatsoever, but my dad was a diehard Yankees fan, so I got to keep the tradition alive and talk trash to the Red Sox. It's just a family thing. Who else do you recommend watching on YouTube? It depends what you're into, man. You can find anything on YouTube nowadays. The stuff I watch is boring stuff that most people probably wouldn't watch. I love watching like business videos of people that run businesses and they're like behind the scenes. Like, gosh, I don't even know. There's so many examples. I love one of my favorite channels I watch is he's actually a young kid. I think he's like my brother's age, but he's called Financial Wolf. And his whole channel is about they interview and go around to people that work different jobs, and he tries different side job things and see how much money you can make doing this, doing that. I love that stuff. I love watching people that actually own businesses, like pawnbroker pickers. They have the pawn shop in Florida. I watch a lot of their videos because I like to see how other businesses work. I watch a lot of channels that do like investment stuff that what to invest in, why you should do this, why you should do that, follow trends. I watch people that do vending machines. I watch people that own franchises, like the most random thing. Like I watched a 30-minute video the other night about a guy talking about how it's like being a franchise owner of Chick-fil-A. Why do I ever plan on buying a Chick-fil-A? No, not at all. But I think it's so interesting seeing the background in business. I don't know why. I've always been like that. I've always just found business so intriguing. I was the kid that, like, in middle school, me and my good friend, the only friend I still have to this day from high school, they live out up north now. Me and him, we'd go to Dollar Tree. We'd buy a bunch of candy, bring it in our book bag, and flip it at school for 3-4 times what we pay. I mean, at that point in middle school, you might make a $20 profit in a day. But when you're 12 and you make a $20 profit, you're just like, whoo, you feel like you're Elon Musk or something. You feel like the craziest entrepreneur in the world. But I've been doing stuff like that my whole life. My entire life. My mom she has a story. When I was little, I would get my granddad to take me to the comic book store. So I was probably like 5 or 6 at the time. And they sold remember the Pogs they had? They sold them for $0.10. And I would take them and I would put up kids had a lemonade stand. I'd put them up in front of my grandparents' house and sell them to people walking their dogs for 50 cents a piece. And of course, now as an adult, you realize people are just buying them because they're, oh my God, he's a cute little kid. Let's be nice. But when you're a kid, you feel like this genius. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be rich now selling Pogs. I did a lot of stuff like that. A lot of stuff. I used to write people's papers for them. I love writing. I really enjoy writing. I like storytelling. So when people ask me, did I like English? I hated literature. I don't like to read whatsoever, but I love writing myself actually. So I do like writing. I used to write papers for people. And I could write really fast. Like I would charge people $25 a page for like school pay. I know it's like so bad, right? School, like high school and college papers. I charge $25 a page, and it would take me like maybe 30 minutes to write a page. So at the time, I could make like $50 an hour, and I was like 18. I was making pretty good money. I did a lot of stuff like that. I had a bumper sticker eBay business at one point when I was like 19, where I was hand making the bumper stickers from scratch and selling them on eBay. So yeah, I did a lot of stuff like that. I've always been like a hustler, an entrepreneur my whole life. I used to go to yard sales and look for jerseys. Were my favorite thing in the world because jerseys couldn't get damaged when you shipped them, and they'd always just go to a yard sale. You see a pile of clothes, and they're like, "Yeah, 50 cents. Any of the clothes, 50 cents or $1." And I would buy all their jerseys, especially hockey jerseys. Those were the best-selling ones in the world, which was why I was kind of freaking out in this unit, the most recent unit we bought. Because I found all these hockey jerseys that I know how much they go for. I used to sell them for like over $100 all the time. And I'd buy them for like $1 at a yard sale. Go put them on eBay for $100 all the time. So yeah, I've always been a hustler, man. Always. Are you taller than my parent? Yeah, my dad was only about 6 foot tall, but he was the shortest of his brother. Like his brother, my uncle, is 6'3". And like some of my grandmother's extended family, which I never actually got to meet. So my grandmother's real, like biological father died when she was 3 years old. So I never obviously got to meet him because that was her dad. But like some of her brothers, his other kids were like 6'8", 6'9", 6'7". So they were a little 6'7", but yeah, there was a lot of really tall people in our family. And I'm about 6'5", so yeah, dude, it's hard. It's really hard. There's a lot of people that you quit. It's really hard to sell at the beginning. You got to just bite the bullet. I mean, I don't want to tell people to lose money. That's stupid. But you kind of got to bite the bullet at the beginning and realize that if you're not coming in with an already social media presence that already exists, it's going to be hard. You can do it though. Like I said, there's plenty of people that do it that crush, sell way more than us on Whatnot. They don't have any YouTube or Facebook following or anything like that. It's just purely through Whatnot. But you got to bite the bullet for a little while. It's hard, and it's getting more competitive. Obviously, they're growing like substantially each year, so it's getting more and more competitive. But there's quite a few people. There's some groups on Facebook. I don't know if you're in any of them, like Whatnot for Resellers. I'm still in them, and there's people giving advice to each other all the time on there. It's kind of a good group. Sometimes people can be douchebags like any other Facebook group, but sometimes a lot of people are nice, and they'll give you advice. I just don't like to give advice on stuff like that because I'm coming from a completely different perspective. I'm coming in with an already big audience from social media. So I didn't have to build my Whatnot up from scratch. You know what I mean? We already had a bunch of people that already followed us. So it's not fair to somebody to give you advice from someone that's building it from scratch. If you want to talk about to build YouTube from scratch, I can go all day and tell you all about that because I built that from scratch. Do I know the beard? I've seen his video. I don't actually know. I've never actually met him or know him, but I've seen some of his videos. What's the most gold you got from a unit? Probably around $7,000 scrap gold, and I kept it. As far as I know, let me say that, as far as I know, because like I said, for the longest time, I didn't even go through it. I would just sell it because I was just so worried about the YouTube side of it. I just didn't even care to go through it. I just wanted to sell it, get over it, and go through it. That's what I was doing. But yeah, the best video is a storage video with all the money. So they didn't, I don't know about that. I don't know if she was on drugs, but she's not dead. I found her still alive, still alive and everything. So I don't know. I really don't know what happened with that one. The only thing that makes sense to me is like severe mental disorder, like a hoarder, like a severe hoarder. I mean, there was also, remember, there's lots of little bottles of liquor in those bags too. So maybe it was an alcohol problem. Maybe it was. I wish I knew. I really do. That one bothers me. It really does because like I like to dig into the backstory and usually you can find some info. But that lady had a completely clean criminal history, nothing. Had a fairly normal job history, had a normal address, normal house. It's just none of it made sense. It was weird. There was no backstory to it whatsoever. There was just nothing. And I was just like, what? I don't know what, I just want to know what happened. Oh, I don't know. He-Man, that's cool though. I like just seeing people share like what they enjoy with their kids. I never got into He-Man like that. But I remember the only time I watched it, for some reason, when I used to get up in the morning for elementary school, it was on Cartoon Network, like when I woke up in the morning. So I caught like some random episodes. They had like old cartoons play in the morning. It was He-Man and Johnny Quest would be on in the morning when I woke up. So those, I kind of watched a little bit of He-Man, a little bit of Johnny Quest when I get up in the morning before school, but I never really got into it. Did I watch Mike This Guy? No, I don't watch a lot of like reseller channels like that. Again, just like Bearded Thrift Machine, I've seen his videos and I've seen him, but like I don't like say religiously watch anybody like that. What was the name of that video? It was a 5-part video. It was a 5-part video. And it's if you go to our channel, our YouTube channel, you'll see it's the video. The first part is she hoarded thousands in cash. There's 5 in a row. You'll see all the thumbnails have me with a bunch of money on them. There's 5 in a row. There's all that unit. Do you think your son needs a sibling? No. Nope. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. That's what I thought when I bought the unit too. That was my initial thought because of all the new boxes in there and the bags. You can see the receipt. That was my initial thought. And that made sense until you started finding all the money. Then it just felt weird. And it wasn't like she was throwing the change in there. It's not like we found, $2 here, $3 here. I mean, I found a Tupperware container with over $1,100 in it. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And then you find like $300 at the bottom of the bag. That's not change. What were you paying with? Like a $500 bill? So it's, I don't know. It really doesn't make no sense. It really doesn't. That's why I always joke and I say, we don't question it. We just accept it. Oh yeah, that's no fun, Michael. That's no fun. That is no fun. The fun is the hunt. The fun is the hunt. Shane is saying, sorry to hear that though, Deborah. But January babies unite. Let's go. I thought for sure. I thought Broly was going to end up being born on my birthday. And I was like, I wanted him to be near, but the same day would have, I mean, it would have been cool, I guess. But I was hoping he'd be near. He ended up being his 17th 4 days before me. So we're all pretty close. Yeah, exactly. That too, Robin. That too. You got to start somewhere. I think the problem is comparison kills people. They go in and they watch like people like us or that somebody you watch on YouTube, and then you go to whatnot and you see them with like, 300-400 people in their show, and they're like, I can't do that. Well, yeah, because they've already built that audience. You got to build an audience. Like nobody's gifted an audience. You know what I mean? You got to build that over a lot of years of work. You got to build the connections, make the videos, and you have to build it. So it's unfair in my eyes for somebody that coming in with an audience like we were to give advice to somebody like that is building it from scratch. Like I said, I can give you all the advice in the world on how to build a YouTube video from scratch or a YouTube channel from scratch because we got nothing from YouTube. We built all that from scratch. But as far as whatnot, yeah, it's not a fair comparison. Did we find her name? So yes, it's weird. Because the unit, when it went up for auction, the actual owner's name was not the name that was on a lot of the shipping. So a lot of the shipping labels had a name and address on it. That was a completely different name than what the unit was actually under, which makes it even weirder. Different first and last name. So it wasn't like she got married and, changed her last name or something. It was a different first and last name than most of the shipping labels. So there was like some cards in there, like holiday birthday cards that had the actual name in it. But a lot of the shipping labels were a different name. It's really weird. It's a really weird unit that makes no sense. No sense at all. But I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to take it. West Coast visit. Oh, yeah, we're going to be in the West Coast later this year. We're leaving April 1st and going to the north of the country. We'll probably be in California, if I had to guess, the beginning of May. Maybe end of April, beginning of May. We're definitely going to go out there. We're going to stay Bay Area again. I kind of want to go to the Stockton Flea Market at least one time for old nostalgia sakes, just to do it again. We'll see. I'd like to send you a gift. Oh, we have a P.O. box in the description. That's the best way. P.O. box. Thank you ahead of time. Dude, it was such an experience, Audrey. It was such an experience. But it does kind of suck in the fact that, like, now I'm going to be chasing that high forever. Like the logical part of my brain knows that that's probably a once in a lifetime that's never going to happen again. I'm aware of that. But then the other half of my brain's like, now that I actually got to experience it, you're going to be chasing it again forever. You know what I mean? It's like this balancing thing. I got to realize that was once in a lifetime and be grateful that it happened. But then the other half of my brain is like, I want it again. So, I'm sure anyone can imagine when you experience something like that. She had enough to pay for it for 2 years. That unit's like $200. I think it was $210 a month to rent. After, if we would have let it go another month, it was about $210. And I found like $5,000 in cash. She could have paid for it for 2 more years. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, we've done it sometimes to make YouTube videos. Like when we're out west, me and Pirate made a few videos. Me and Alex made a few videos. I think me and Jack made a video. But, I mean, we usually do at least a couple while we're over there. That's pretty much the only time we do it if it's for a YouTube thing. Like, as far as sales go, not really, to be honest, because I like to just do my own thing at my own pace in my own way. But as far as YouTube goes, yeah, we like to make videos together. What states are you going through? So let me go back to my map. We're leaving from Virginia, going into West Virginia, then Ohio, then Indiana, then Illinois, up into Wisconsin, then through Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, and Washington. Then once we get to Washington, we're going to dip down into Oregon, into California, and then, chill, see everybody in California. And then when we leave California, we're going to head to Nevada. I do need to go through Vegas. We're going to go through Vegas, then we're going to go into Utah, then we're going to go into Wyoming, and then down into Colorado. And then from Colorado, we're just going to go straight back to Virginia. So through Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Virginia, probably. Yeah, we're going to be gone for like almost 2 months. Did someone get bad at that keyboard? What do you mean, Silver Stacks? Oh, that key. Are you talking about behind me? That's it's an extra keyboard that Broly plays with because he wants to press my buttons every time he comes in here on this control or this keyboard. Brian, I see your comments. But yeah, we put that over there so he can bang on it and play with it. The highest single lot we sold on Whatnot, probably this lot, not this sports unit, but the sports unit we got. I think it was, what was it, last year or 2 years? I think it might have been 2 years ago. One of the binders of cards, apparently, I don't search the cards, I just sell them as is, had some Ken Griffey card in it. There was an error, and that one binder of cards sold for like $2,200. I think that was the highest single lot. But apparently, according to the people in the chat, if they get that card and it's graded, it's like a $4,000 to $6,000 card or something. So I don't know anything about it. That's like a whole nother world that it's way too much to know and learn. And I don't have any interest in it, to be honest with you. That's why we just sell them as is. I think that's the highest single lot we've ever sold. I'd say most of them are in Virginia, Dave. But when we travel across country, we buy all over the country. So I bought all over the place. But I'd say 90% of them are here in Virginia. We do get quite a few down in North Carolina every now and then, too. Might have been, Kel. Might have been. Who's your favorite UFC fighter today? Max Holloway. I love Max. I love Max's attitude. I just like humble, nice guys that are also violent in the cage. So, yeah, last weekend sucked watching him lose to Charles Oliveira. But I love Charles, too, so it kind of didn't hurt as bad. But I love Max Holloway. He's definitely my favorite right now because he's so chill. I like the guys that just don't – they're vicious. Like when he's in that mode in the cage, he's vicious. But then right after, it's help you up, congratulations, good job, nothing but respect. I like guys like that. And that's how he is. Like once he goes into competition mode – dude is a killer, violent killer. But as soon as the bell rings, shake hands, we're good, we're friends, nothing but respect, all love. And that's how I try to treat this too, or my business. I'm not fighting now, but that's how I try to treat it in my head. If we're going to compete, yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to beat you, whatever it is. Absolutely. But not out of spite. Not out of spite, if that makes sense. I love Max. I met him. We've met him a couple times, actually. I've been to his fights live 2 times. We saw him live when he beat the living crap out of Anthony Pettis for the interim title. And my favorite Max Holloway fight still to this day that we saw live was the Ortega fight. Because leading up to that, I heard so many people talking about how Ortega is the new guy. Wait till he submits him. He's a new generation. Max is about to lose. And it was the most satisfying beating I ever watched because Holloway – just humbled that guy bad. He stopped middle of the fight to show him how to throw a hook correctly. That was just one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, I love Max. See you, Ellie. Thank you, Karen. And, maybe Shen. Oh, my chat just refreshed again. All right, well, my chat just refreshed. So if you guys put anything in there that I didn't answer, just put it in there again. It just decided it was going to refresh again. So let's see. Where was I at? Hobby, I honestly have no idea what part of Ohio we're going to go through. Whatever, because we're not actually, we don't have any actual destinations in Ohio. We're just passing through it to get to Wisconsin. Because, my goal is to go to every state in the country. And we haven't been to Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington. So that's what the goal is, to hit all those states. We just got to get to Ohio to get there. So this is the thing. When you return stuff, I would never recommend trying to contact the people. The facility does that. So give it to the facility and they handle it. Because there's some psychos out there, man. There's some psychos, and I don't recommend contacting them. I've had people threaten to shoot us. I've had people threaten to come by your house and do that, kill you. I don't recommend getting involved with them in any way. I don't. But some of the weirdest things we've given back from people, dude, ashes is always a weird one. That's a weird one. And you find them more frequently than you'd like to find them. Like somebody's grandpa or somebody's mom. It's uncomfortable. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, you got to give it back. I'm not throwing Grandpa Jones in the trash can. So it's you got to give it back. And then you can tell how uncomfortable the workers are at the same time too. That's probably the most uncomfortable one is ashes. It's weird. Let's see. What did I say? The most money was your greatest locker ever? No, that one wasn't our greatest. It was one of our best. It wasn't our greatest though. It was the most actual physical cash I've ever found in a unit. Yes. But it wasn't the greatest. How much garbage? Oh, dude, a lot. We have 8 dumpsters on our property that get filled every week, but we still probably go to the dump on average 2-3 times every week. and that's with a pickup truck worth. So, and we have an 8-foot long bed truck with a cap, so it's stacked pretty high. We go to the dump a lot, but luckily in Virginia, it's $7 a truckload. So even if we go 3 times a week, it's an extra $21 a week. It's nothing. Like when we were in California, taking our van load could be anywhere from $60 to $110. It's crazy for each load. So, I mean, I'd have to go, like what, 30, 40 times as much over here to get to the same amount. It's insane. But yeah, it's not expensive here. Do you miss your cats when traveling? I'm going to be straight honest with you. No, not me. I'm not really like an animal person like that. I'm really not. I like them. They all have like interesting stories, but I'm not like a super pet person. I feel like all the cats have their person they're attached to, and none of them, I'm just not around them enough. I'm just busy, I guess. Like Lily, for example, that's Rachel, Brandon's girlfriend's cat. She loves her. Dexter, that's Amber's cat. He is in love with her. And Missy, that's my brother Brandon's cat, and she's like up his butt 24/7 too. And the other two, Mario and Didi, they don't really do anything. Like they hide all the time. They don't ever come out to nobody. So it's like I don't really see them that often, even when I'm here. Yeah, we lived in Brentwood, California for 1 year. Well, we rented there for a year. And that was like the year COVID hit, of course. Figures, right? The year we go out there, the whole freaking state gets shut down. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I can imagine it. I can imagine it's satisfying. That's what Amber always says. Like organizing and sorting, super satisfying. I can imagine. Let's see. Yeah, if we go that way, we definitely will. I don't know which like route we're taking, to be honest with you. I know what states we're going through, but I don't know what cities, I guess. We'll see when we go that way. Upper Wisconsin, I doubt it. I think we're going to basically probably cut through, come into Illinois and cut through into Minnesota. I said the only like actual destination we have is Glacier Park in Montana. Everything else just kind of on the spot. Whatever we run into, whatever we feel like doing, we're just going to go do it. No other plan. That's the only plan we have. Well, that and going to California. That's it. Ever thought of Hawaii? Oh, yeah, we're going to do Hawaii and Alaska. Again, I just want to wait till Broly's older so he can actually remember it. We're definitely going to do Hawaii and Alaska. I think we already planned next year. I want to do the drive to Alaska. We've watched so many videos of like the drive through Canada all the way to Alaska. It's freaking beautiful. I want to do it so bad. I really want to do that drive. I think we're going to do it next year. Plan to do it next year. But yeah, we'll do Hawaii eventually too. I don't like planes. I hate planes, and I know you have to fly to Hawaii, obviously. And once we go to Europe and Australia, I know I'm gonna have to fly for a long time. That's kind of one of the reasons I put it off for so long. But now that I have a 2-year-old, I have an excuse. I hate flying. I don't know. All our photo albums are in our attic, so like I'm in the basement. I'd have to go up 4 flights of stairs. But yeah, we do. Maybe I'll find. I think I have one in the living room somewhere still. So maybe I'll put it in like a Jebus family video or something. How many units do you guys usually buy a week? Dude, it's so hard to say because they're so uncomparable. You know what I mean? 4 5x5s can be the same as 1 10x20. So it's kind of hard to say. But I'd say anywhere from 2 to 5, 2 to 5, maybe something like that. Thank you, Lonnie. I'm sorry to hear that, though. But I'm glad they helped you. Thank you, Carrie. Dave, very much so. Very much so. That's why I went from posting like maybe 2 to 3 times a month on that channel to most of the time now. I'm lucky if I can put 1 video a month out on the Dragon Ball channel because it's like we've got everything. It's hard. I basically got to wait like a month for they start releasing new things to where I can build up enough stuff to actually film into a video. So yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, Mary, no more. We live close to you in Brentwood. But yeah, it was nice. We just had bad timing, like I said. It was just weird timing. Of course, the time we decided to go move cross country and make a drastic change like that, we get some crazy disease that shuts down half the country and everything in California, really. It was wild. Let's see. Have you always been so organized with your shows? Did that come with experience? No. So when we first started doing Whatnot, we always had a system and number system. So when I jump into something new, what I like to do is go into it and see how other people are doing it and see what I don't like about it, basically, and how can I then make it better. So I don't like, I mean, most people do it this way, though. So we're the outliers. I don't like when you go into a show and you have no idea what's coming. And you just got to sit around and wait. And hopefully there might be something eventually that's going to pop up that you might be interested in. I don't like that. I didn't like it. So I was like, for ours, I want to have everything listed and numbered ahead of time. So somebody can pop in, 2 days before the show and see, okay, I like these few things. I'll be there for that. Or I'm not into this stuff. I don't need to come. That kind of thing. I don't know. That's just the way I like to do things. I like to go in there, find a problem, I guess. I call it a problem in the market and fix it. You do a cruise to Hawaii. I don't know if I want to do that either. I don't like cruises. I wouldn't want to go on a cruise, man. Cruises are just like, they're too social. I don't like being around people. And they're like trapped in a space around people. And most of them are drinking for an extended period of time. That sounds like actual torture to me. Case in, yeah, occasionally. We find Pokemon cards randomly. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, man. Nick, there's nothing I want to do for a living other than YouTube. Since I was about 14, that's all I wanted to do was do YouTube for a living. So it's hard to say. There's really nothing else I wanted to do. I mean, when I went to school for computer science because programming came really easy to me. I took a computer science class in high school and it was really easy. And I then took an AP computer science and a game coding class. They were all really easy to me. So I was like, well, this pays really well and it's really easy to me. So that's what I went to school for, but I didn't really have no desire to actually do it. You can get an RV. I don't want an RV. I would never want an RV. I don't like staying in, I like hotels. I like Airbnbs. Judy, we're like the 20th person to comment on my toilet tonight. My toilet's getting some love tonight. Oh, man. But yeah, I like going in hotels. I like staying in Airbnbs. I like going to houses. That's part of the fun to me. It's part of the fun to me. I can't wait, Monica. I watched some guy do it on YouTube like a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about how I saw more bears than I did people on this drive. And I'm like, oh, you got my attention. That sounds beautiful. Do you ever watch your older videos? I do, Carrie. I watch them all the time, right? Especially like our travel videos. So there's like two ways I watch our old videos. I watch our old videos, like the travel one, just to look back and the memories are cool. And then I also sometimes will go through and look at videos that like overperformed and kind of rewatch them. And I literally I'll put it on this monitor right here and I'll open up Notepad right here and I'll watch this video and I'll try to pick apart like why I think this did so much better than other ones. I'll look at the graphs, and I'm like a really analytical person. I love numbers. I love data. I love graphs. I'll sit there and look at these graphs and study them and try to figure out why this one outperformed so well. So, of course, I could try to replicate it in the future. So, yeah, I watch our videos for different reasons. I don't know, Mary. I don't know until we get over there, to be honest with you. We do. We go to those like antique shops all the time. I think they're fun. I love going through them. We stop there all the time. I love flea markets. I love going to yard sales in random states. I do all kinds of stuff like that. To be honest with you, the only reason I don't film is because I'm just socially awkward. And I don't want to be asked why I have a camera in the store or at a yard sale. Or I would film more. It's just uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me kind of cringe. That's why I like to just do things on my own at home or at a unit with nobody around. It's like you could tell. If you ever watch a storage unit video and you could tell my voice is really quiet or I'm like almost sound like I'm whispering, you can guarantee that there's somebody else cleaning out another unit nearby. And that's just what my brain does. I literally like cannot reprogram myself to do it. That's just the way I am. I recommend Wondershare Filmora. It's great. It's like $100 a year to use, so it's not expensive at all. And I've been using it since like 2018, and I still use it this day in 2016 or 2026, not 2016. I've been using it a long time. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite. It's really simple, really easy, but it gets the job done for what we're doing. Now, if you're doing some crazy advanced stuff like Mr. Beast type stuff, then yeah, you're probably going to want to use like After Effects or something way more advanced. But for like what we do, We don't need all the advanced stuff. You know what I mean? We don't got to do all the craziness. Filmora perfectly covers it. Oh, thank you, Tommy. I know he does not go to daycare. He does not go to preschool. He's just with us. He learns from us, the people around him, and he plays educational games and watches videos that are educational. He learns from all over the place. But yeah, hopefully we see you in Stockton. Oh, we might. If we go to California or when we get to the Bay Area, if I get a unit, I kind of just want to go to the Stockton flea market just one time, at least. I miss it. It was fun. Problem, does liking the video actually help? Yeah, it does actually help. So anytime you like a video, dislike a video, or leave a comment or share, those are all considered interactions on YouTube side. So the more people that interact with a video, the more likely a video is to perform well. So yes, your goal as a creator should be to get people to like the video and to get people to comment. That's why sometimes if I remember, I'll be like, yeah, comment this storage unit is awesome. Something random like that. Sometimes people will do it. But if you want to know the real cheat code into getting comments, just purposely misidentify things. You'll get all the comments you want. All the comments you want. If I pick this up and said, oh, that's a Sharpie, nobody cares, right? They just keep going. But if I pick this up and said, oh, look, that's a cool banana, 500 people are going to tell you that it's not a banana, it's a Sharpie. Or if you, I don't know, maybe called some lady like Marilyn Monroe, you refer to her as Madonna instead, you get a lot of people to comment. And it's totally not a strategy or nothing, I promise. Oh, man. I agree, Laura. I agree. YouTube and storage units. We like to, gosh, that's hard. We don't really do a lot of, I mean, obviously just playing with Broly. We go to the playground and a lot of stuff. That takes up a lot of time too outside of it. But other than watching YouTube, making YouTube videos, and clearing out units, traveling, I'd say. We love traveling. We love just seeing new places. Love going to different places. So I would definitely say traveling. Yeah, if he wants to, Don, it's all dependent on him. I hope I instill that business ethic in his head. So hopefully if he wants to do that, then cool. If he wants to do something else, cool. As long as he does what makes him happy and he can be the best at it, I'm happy. Why do you have a fascination with guns? I think they're cool. And I think they're such a unique tool that people look at so differently than any other tool. Like if I were to say a car caused a car accident, you would say I'm an idiot. If I were to say that marker misspelled a word, you would say I'm an idiot. If I were to say a fork made me fat, you would say I'm an idiot. But for some reason, when it comes to a gun, people like to act like it's the object doing the thing and not the person that has it. It's so illogical. It fascinates me. It really does. It's just so illogical. There's no part of it that makes sense. It's just an object. It's just going to sit there. It's literally just an object. That's it. I don't know why, it's such a big thing. I don't understand. They just sit there. I used to that's like I said before, I don't get into politics, but guns are the one thing that annoys me. Like the other side of the argument annoys me. I'll be honest. That's the only one. That's the one thing that annoys me. Let's see. Where was I at? That's pretty cool, Hobby Spot. Well, no, not really. We don't really do that anymore. My mom had just lived here. I knew once her and David got married and everything, she don't live with us. They have their own house. I knew she was just living temporarily. I mean, they both stay here during the week though. Like during the week while we're working, a lot of times they come here and on Monday and then go home on Friday just because they live an hour and a half away. So it would be obviously just annoying to go back and forth every day. So a lot of times, the top floor of our house is my mom's bedroom. So they just stay up there. But not really. Not really. They have their own house now. They live out, like I said, an hour and a half from us or so. But no, we're always been close-knit. I think because we've had so many deaths and problems in our family, I feel like it kind of made our household more close-knit than normal, if that makes sense. Because, we were counting the other day. It was so interesting, how many – I Googled the question because I was curious, how many family deaths does somebody experience in, an average lifespan? And it said, on average, you'll have 7 to 8 family members die in your lifetime. And we counted from 2008 to 2018, we had like 16 people die. 16. So I feel like a lot of it was just trauma almost. And I guess that I guess that kind of made us all much closer. Oh gosh, no, Dave. I have no interest in politics. I have zero interest in it. Zero interest. I get so sick of hearing people talk about it. I'm just like every time you can like somebody could post a picture of their family and they'll be like, me and my son just went to the park, and somebody's like, huh, you're lucky that park's so clean because of our governor. Like, why do you got to bring it into everything? Shut up. I don't care who you love. I don't care. I don't care if you hate the president. I don't care if you love the president. I don't care. Just shut up about politics. Why does it got to run like your entire life? It's like, I get so sick of politics. I'm sorry. I get so tired of hearing about politics. I get so sick of it. They bring it into everything. You can literally say 2 + 2 is 4, and they'll be like, well, only because of this guy and the governor, and like, shh. Shh. I don't care. I don't care. Oh man. But yeah, I get so sick of politics, man. Oh. Thank you, Josh. We appreciate it. Thank you. We appreciate it. Oh, maybe if we're down there one day, dude. Maybe if we're down there one day. I think I've only bought one unit in South Carolina. I bought a few in North Carolina, but I don't usually go to South Carolina. Like the closest area in South Carolina is like a 6-hour drive for us, so it's still a good little distance. Yeah, no, that was a lot for sure. Outside of family, what's your proudest moment? If you're not including anything to do with like getting married, having kids, relationships, any of that, if you took all that out of it, yeah, it's YouTube. Hitting 1 million subscribers hit different. And to be honest with you, hitting 100,000 subscribers almost hit harder because like once we hit 1 million, we'd already established. I mean, it was still hit. It was my dream since I was a kid, but it's like we'd already established ourselves at that point. You know what I mean? We weren't struggling no more. We fixed ourselves. We put ourselves in a good position. It still hit different. I literally stopped the camera when I was filming because it made me start crying like a baby. But hitting 100,000 was such a different milestone because like in 2017, we had nothing. We had nothing. Like I said, we were over 6 figures in debt, less than $100 in a bank account, no vehicle, no nothing. We lived in my mom's basement. I had nothing. In my head, the only way out was YouTube. So like hitting 100,000 subscribers was like I told you it would work kind of thing. I knew it would work. Just trust me. I knew this would work. And that I felt like that's why it was more of like a vindication thing than more so than the million. Even though the million was like the craziest and getting the gold play button was ridiculously crazy. Hitting that first 100,000 was just like vindication and like, yeah, I didn't just waste all my time and almost freaking put my body into like death mode by sleeping for 2 hours a night for a year and a half. It was like, it was all worth it at that moment, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I was like, yes, it all actually is paying off now. All the sacrifices, all the sleepless nights, all the effort, it was all worth it. I guess, if that makes sense. Thank you, Martha. I agree. There's just too much drama. I mean, I get it. It's easy views. People like drama. I don't know why. I wish it wasn't that way. I try to avoid it, but it's sometimes like you kind of like you gotta do what works. I'm not putting anybody on blast or saying don't do it. It works. I don't know why. Of course, high life. That's the one thing I will fight. Why is my toilet behind me? Because that's where the bathroom is. What do you mean? It's a bathroom, and there's toilets in the bathroom. Nick, you should be so proud of yourself. Thank you. Yeah, you did leave the now the gun wall is all the way upstairs. It's upstairs. That's 2 flights, and I'm not on like a phone. I'm on my actual computer, so like the webcam's up there. I can't take it upstairs. Yeah, that would be a little worse if I was in front of them. Oh man. Yeah, Pat, we've been friends for quite a while now. Surprise! You're back? Hey. Hey.
So I've been randomly
Daddy's
watching, and I
baby.
brought this because I heard you talking about this.
Oh, there you go. For somebody who asked a picture of my dad. Look, this is my mom, my brother, me, and my dad from, I want to say like 2010-ish. Something like that.
He looks exactly like his dad, by the way.
Yeah, I just look like a bigger version of my dad. I didn't used to agree with everybody when I was younger, but now that I grew facial hair, like I found a picture one time and I zoomed it up and I was like, I showed it to Broly and I was like, who is that? He said, Dada. I was like, even Broly thinks it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even what's funny in this picture is I think Brandon looks more like your mom. Like, because
Well,
we're
we
sitting
always
side
said
by
that,
side
yeah.
or whatever. But
Mama.
I definitely,
Mama.
we always joke because I think look-wise, I look like my dad, but I had more of my mom's personality. Where I think Brandon looks more like my mom, but has more of my dad's personality.
in ways, though, your dad was kind of quiet too, not a people person.
Yeah, he was a quiet, not a people person. Yeah. I'm not going down that rabbit hole, food paddle. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. That's an AI toilet. I've got more comments on this toilet than anything tonight.
I mean, I haven't been watching for that long, and like 5 people said something about the toilet. Should I shut the door?
Yeah.
And I
No,
can't.
leave it open. People keep talking about it.
Okay.
Broly's surprised. Broly's here.
Oh, I hear the milk sloshing around your stomach. You feel? I don't want to
man.
bounce you too much. He just tried to eat, so.
Have we thought about doing estate sales? I've been to a few estate sales, and I don't know if it's just our area, but they suck. It's just people selling stuff for like retail prices, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, like that. My dad's nickname was Steven. His nickname was Stevie, so that's what everyone called my whole like family on that side. They all called me Little Stevie, even though I was like 100 pounds and 6 inches taller than my dad.
He has a hiccup.
You got the hiccups? Oh man.
He gives hiccuping and burping.
What's this?
Hey, Broly,
man.
where is your left hand?
Don't look at that. There
That's
you
right.
go. I was gonna say, don't look at the video. I was gonna
Your
reverse
right
it.
Which one's your right hand? That's right. Good job.
Oh man.
Watch it again.
Bounce.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Everybody, Broly, can you say hi, everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Dang, he said it loud, huh? Oh man. Yeah, we'll put out a note depending on what we decide to do and where we decide to do it this year, Miranda. We'll definitely put out a notice or something.
4, 5.
Yeah, we've known each other since we were little
7,
kids.
8, 9, 10,
Little kids.
11,
Do you have that picture on your phone of our like really little, like the King's Dominion one?
Yeah, I have a few pictures of us, like little.
Okay, wait, let her find the pictures. You can see us as little kids. Yeah, of course, Luis. Yeah, estate sales are basically people selling stuff at retail, man. Hey, thank you, Kevin. We're leaving April 1st. I don't know when we're actually going to get to Glacier Park because it's like a, 26-hour drive from here, 25-hour drive. So I don't know when they will actually get there, but we are leaving April 1st. Broly, Pat says you're such a nice kid. Can you say thank you? No. Oh, my goodness. What did you do? I just closed
Go
it.
to streamer.
Oh. Don't touch the keyboard, man, you butthead. That's why the keyboard's on the ground, to prevent that.
Yeah.
I thought he just closed it.
You gotta keep it up.
Oh, man.
Broly is primarily left-handed, actually.
Yeah. Dang, nice. I mean, to be honest with you, when you say weapons, we don't find a lot of guns. We find a lot of knives. I say quite a few knives. Guns are more rare. And of course, coins. When I say money's rare, I'm talking about significant amounts. You find your random bucket of change or your random $2 bill or $1 bill. But when I say money, I'm talking like over $100. That's rare. You'll find the random money throughout. Yeah. Where was I at? Well, it just refreshed. He can do that, Miranda. He can do that. Thank you, Gregory. Saw your wedding cake. Our whole wedding thing is on YouTube, man. Our whole wedding thing is on YouTube. Dude, yeah, Yellowstone is amazing. Yellowstone is beautiful. So we went to the first time we went to Yellowstone. That just made it worse, didn't it? The first time we went to Yellowstone, it was during the summer, so we got to actually experience it, drive through it, and see all the bison and the animals. Then the second time we went back, it was during the winter. We went snowmobiling through it, which is also on YouTube, which was a whole other level of amazing. So yeah, I can't wait to go back because Broly's in his animal arc right now. He loves animals, and I've been to a lot of national parks. Yellowstone, if you want to see wild animals, Yellowstone's the best. Where am I coming down, buddy? You want to sit on my lap?
All right, I'll sit right here.
Okay. Yeah, we did have the best food for our wedding because everybody was like telling us to get all this fancy stuff, get this and get that. You guys deserve it. I'm like, dude, I'm getting what I like. I get what I want. We had boxes of Popeye's chicken. We had Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches, and we had bags of chips, and we had pizza. I'm getting what I like. I'm not eating this stupid stuff, getting this stuff that everybody else gets and nobody likes. This wedding isn't for y'all that are coming. This wedding's for us. We had a real wedding. I had like I said, Chick-fil-A and Popeye's catering. That's funny, man. I'm a fast foodie, man. I am. It's hard. I want to eat Chick-fil-A all the time, but I don't now because I'm really trying. Like, I'd say really becoming a dad and having a kid is what changed my perspective on that. Otherwise, I was bad. I ate like garbage all the time. But like my dad was 45 when he died. I was only 20. My brother was only 11. So I'm like, that was kind of scarring. And I'm like, obviously I got to get that in check. That's why I've been so strict on myself now. Let's see. April 1st going to be April 1st. No, we are actually leaving April 1st though. I'm not joking about that. That's not April Fool's. And J Norm, yes, we're probably taking the homeschool route. I'd say 90% chance that's what we're doing. The only other thought we had was private school. Definitely anything but public school. Anything but public schools. Have you had the big arch? She had it off. She's had it a few times off the bun. She likes it. The big arch burger.
Yeah.
I basically, every time I go to McDonald's, I get double cheeseburgers off the bun, plain with just onions, just cheese and onions. That's what I get. Because they have that buy one, get one deal. So if I get 2 burgers, it's like $5. Yeah. So did we, Pat. So like after our wedding, when we went on our honeymoon, we filled the back seat up with like, there was like 8 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A left, a 2 pizza or 2 left, and then some Popeyes and chips. So like we didn't even barely pay for food on our honeymoon. We had the best food ever in the back seat with us while we were driving. Oh, man. Thank you, Arizona. Yep. Actually, this morning I had a new low. I was 262 point something, which is the lowest I don't have any record lower than that. I was 271 as a freshman in high school, and I had a 266 point something in 8th grade. So I'm getting back to like 7th grade weight at this point. Once I hit 259, I don't even know when the last time that's been. It's been a long time.
Hey, I tried to scroll all the way down to my Facebook.
Yeah. Can't find it. Oh, it crashed. Sounds like Facebook. Facebook gets on my nerves, man. Facebook gets on my nerves. Double quarter pounder off the bun. We get that sometimes too because like we rack up so many points that you can get the quarter pounder for free. And then you can add a patty to it for $2. So you can get a double quarter pounder with no bread for $2. So I get that a lot too. Yeah, we got a lot. I forgot. Yeah, you recorded some of the wedding. I think Alex recorded some too. I don't know if they recorded at the actual wedding or they just took pictures. But yeah, there's a lot of it. I'm a sugar addict. See, I was never a sugar addict. I never cared about sugar. I'm a fried food addict. I could care less about cake and donuts and ice cream. I want chicken tenders and mozzarella sticks and French fries. That's my food. That's my vice. I love all the worst stuff in the world for you is my favorite. The fried garbage. I love it so much. You going up, buddy?
He is very tired, and I need to get him a bath. No.
Will you go up? Will you do me a favor, though?
What?
Just throw a real good in the air fryer.
Yeah. We'll do it upstairs. Let's go to your room.
Let's see. Oh yeah, dude. Eating burgers off the bun. Neither has most of the employees. You going upstairs, buddy? You're tired. You got up early today.
Say night-night.
Nana, I love you.
You say night-night, everyone. Say have a good night. Say love you all.
Love you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Night-night, big boy.
Thanks for coming to the live show.
Oh, man. What was I about to say? You caught me off guard, man. Yeah, eating a burger off the bun, dude. I can always tell I don't want to give people dietary advice because I'm just one person. I think everybody's body's different and we all process things differently. But all I can do is tell you my experience. So this is what happened with my family. So when my mom was pregnant with my brother, she found out she had gestational diabetes. So she had got the little machine and had to monitor her blood sugar. And they hit my dad with it because they were curious, right? He'd never gone. My dad's family, they grew up with no money at all. So they never went to the doctor, never did nothing. So he never really got checked. They pricked his finger to check his blood sugar, and the machine couldn't read it. It could read up to 400. So he had to go in there into the doctor's office, and they checked his blood. It was like 630 something, his sugar. And they checked him and did all this research, and they said basically he had been a type 1 diabetic either since birth or early childhood and had no idea. So basically, by the time he got checked, he was already in his mid-30s, and he'd already had, 30 years of the disease running rapid in his body, completely unchecked, without no medicine, eating whatever he wanted, nothing. So that's how that happened. And then after my mom found that out, she got my stuff checked, and my A1C and stuff was borderline, right? I wasn't diabetic, but I was borderline diabetic. So we followed the doctor's diet for the first time, right? Their diet was it was like the standard American diet, Eat this amount of fruits, eat this whole grain, eat this low-fat meat, this lean meat, that kind of thing. That's what it was. That's what they told me to eat. So I did that. I followed it for 60 days. 60 days is what we did. I felt terrible. I felt lethargic. I had no energy. My sleep was even worse. Felt terrible. So then after the 2 months, I went back in the doctors, right? They rechecked my A1C, rechecked my fasting glucose, and reweighed me. I had basically lost 1.6 pounds in 60 days. My fasting glucose was exactly the same, and my A1C didn't change at all. It stayed exactly the same. So then what was their solution to that? All right, let's try it again. So my mom was mad at the time because I was a kid. So that's when she found out about the whole, back then it was, Atkins is what everyone said. That's when she found out about the whole Atkins thing and started researching that. So then when we went back home, we didn't do what the doctor said. We did what we found on research, which was low carb, low sugar, high fat, moderate protein, which is the ketogenic diet, right? That's what we did. And we did it 60 days again. And I went back to the doctors. My fasting glucose went from 106 to 81. My A1C went from 5.6 to 5.2. And I had lost 22 point some pounds in that 2-month period. And my energy levels were phenomenal. And I could sleep. And I was like, and then we told them what we did. And what's their response? Oh, that's not healthy. That's bad for you. Bro, I just reversed every problem I had and feel amazing, and you're telling me not to do it. And the thing you suggested made me feel terrible and fix nothing, and you're suggesting it again. That is where my absolute distrust for the medical world started from. Right there. Right there. That was the moment where I was like, yeah, I don't trust you people no more. No freaking more. Because, my mom's basically been keto for, I don't even know, 20 years at this point. And she's like the healthiest person I know by a mile at her age, not even comparable. So it's like, I don't trust it no more. I don't trust what they say. I take everything they say with a grain of salt. I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. Don't take my advice. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. All I'm doing is telling you what we went through and what fixed it. And since then, I knew that was what I should be doing because that makes me feel great. If it makes you feel great, and the results, the numbers show themselves, do it. Hold on a second. But yeah, I agree, Dave. Some people call me crazy when I say that, but I'm a firm believer in the whole, a patient cured is a customer lost ideology when it comes to the medical field. They always say that healthy people don't make any money and dead people don't make any money. So the goal is to keep you right in there on the middle where you're not quite dead, but you're always in need of something. And I firmly believe that. And it, as terrible as it sounds, I firmly believe it. I really do. Food pyramid was upside down for decades. I agree. Well, besides, you don't want to put like the sugar stuff at the bottom, but yeah, we definitely don't need carbs. And there's like, now that all this research has came out, there's so many interesting things I've read into. Like, the whole idea that they preach to you that saturated fat's going to raise your cholesterol and that's going to clog your arteries and that's going to cause, cardiovascular issues. That whole thing was based off of the Ansel Keys study, the 7-country study. If you read like the whole paper on it, that's what it was called, the 7-country study. And if you actually read into it, this dude did like, I think it was 40 different countries they did that study on. And then if you put all the numbers on the graph, it shows that there was zero correlation between saturated fat and cardiovascular issues. It's crazy, but they plotted 7 particular countries on this graph so that it looked like that this is what it was. The more saturated fat you eat, the more heart problems you have in that country. And it was not true at all. It's crazy. And now we have like so many people sick and dying because of it. It's wild stuff. It's wild. But yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know how we got into that conversation, but if you can't tell, I have strong opinions on it. I have strong opinions on it. So like the doctor I work with now, or like not work with, because I go to the doctor once a year just to get blood work and stuff done, is they're more on board with the ketogenic diet. They're more on board with like cutting out processed, cutting out grain. They still tell me you should eat more vegetables, which I mean, I don't think vegetables are bad for you. I just don't think they're necessary because I really don't eat them and I feel great. So that's what it is. That's what it is. But yeah, honestly, the problem is I love the bread. I love it. I love carbs. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't love them. I love them. They just don't love me. They just don't love me. But I love them. Nothing hits like if I could eat anything I want and have no effect on me ever, nothing would hit more than like a fried Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, some mozzarella sticks, and some French fries. That's my comfort food right there. That's the stuff I love. It's crazy, man. Yeah, it's a learning curve for sure. I feel bad for people before the internet age because you really couldn't do your own research. Like nowadays, there's so much, the access to information is so easy. You can pretty much go read about tons of different people, tons of different perspectives, read a bunch of different studies and make your own, educated decisions based on how you actually feel, what feels best to you, and, what other people have said. And that's just what it is. But yeah, I mean, I eat burgers off the bun all the time. I just don't like vegetables. Like I said, I don't think they're bad for you in any way. I just don't think they're necessary. That's my theory. I don't think they're necessary. I hate seafood. I agree. I hate seafood. I really do, because seafood's like one of the healthiest foods you can eat on the planet. Like baked fish, cooked fish, I think is one of the healthiest things you can eat in the world. And I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Hate that I hate it. Because I want to like it. What's the most expensive thing you found in a locker? Like single item? That's hard. I still have to this day in California, I bought that unit for $250 that had those copper art panels where the artist died and they were appraised at $25,000. I still have them. I never listed them for sale. I don't know why I feel like afraid to. They've just been sitting in a closet for 5 or 6 years at this point. But they're appraised at $25,000 before the artist actually passed away. Now the artist passed away, I never got the whole thing like reappraised. It's just been sitting in my closet. So I guess technically its value sitting at zero because I never sold it. But a single item, I don't know, man. My M1, I actually found that same gun unit, the M1 Garand. I had a few people offer me close to 4K for everything. The FAL in that unit, I had people offer me 3.5 to 4K again for that thing. There's quite a few guns in that guy's collection that were really high end, but I kept them all because I love them too. So I could have if I sold everything in that unit, I definitely could have cleared $35,000, $40,000. But I felt like I now own a piece of history. That's how I felt with that M1 Garand, especially. Like that was like issued during the war. That was in the war. That wasn't just something that's out here. Like that thing could have raided the beaches of Normandy. You know what I mean? That's crazy to hold it in your hand. That bayonet could have been inside some foreign military man. You have no idea. And to be holding it and being able to own it is like so honored. It feels so honored. It's so cool to me. I think it's so cool. That's why I like old coins too. I just like to think about who could have potentially held it. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Boom, boom, boom. What do you think about Ozempic? I think if it works, do it. I don't understand why it has such a negative reputation. If you think it works, do it. If it makes you feel better, do it. What was I about to say? Congratulations on making 100K plus milestones on your platforms. Thank you, Michelle. Dude, I'm right there with you, Stacy. I can't even, like, if somebody cooks seafood, I would tell my mom or whoever, if they're going to cook something like shrimp or fish, please tell me first so I can, like, get out of the house. I don't even want to sit in there if it's cooking. I hate it. I put up with it when we go to the beach. So, like, my mom and David and Amber, kind of, not as much as them, they all love seafood. So, like, when we go to the beach, we always go to Captain George's, which is, like, the big seafood house. But they have a buffet, so they have lots of other food as well. But, like, oh, the smell in there kills me. But I'm like, okay, we go, like, once or twice a year. I'll put up with it. I don't believe it. It's 100% beef. I've been doing it. Me and my mom both have been doing it for over 20 years and never had any issues. I don't believe it. I think a lot of the stuff about fast food burgers are smear campaigns. I really do. I just think they want to take them out. Boom. Let's see. Yeah, they are pretty cool. Do I take a multivitamin? Nope. I don't take anything. I take literally nothing. I don't take any vitamins. I take nothing. And it's crazy because that's what everybody tells me. Like, if you don't eat vegetables or you don't eat fruits, you have to take a multivitamin so your levels will be fine. I get my blood work done once or twice every single year. Everything's fine. Like, everything's in the good range, almost to like the better side. It's crazy because I really don't. Besides, the only vegetables I eat, I'll eat corn occasionally, but I really don't because of the carb count. I try not to eat it, but I do love it. Sometimes if I have a bad taste for corn, I'll eat corn. I eat French onion soup. If you count onions, that's a vegetable. I like garlic in some things. That's literally the extent. I don't eat any other vegetables beyond that. And it's crazy. I get my stuff done, like I said, twice a year. Ever since we found out with my dad, I've always been on top of my blood sugar and stuff. Even when I was like 100 pounds heavier, my blood I never actually made it into the diabetic range. I was just in the pre-diabetic range, which scared the living you-know-what out of me. So that was enough for me. Let's see. Hi from Scotland. What height am I? 6'5". Oh, you guys probably use the metric system. Somebody that's better at math, tell me that. What that is. I automatically feel better cutting back carbs. Yeah, dude, almost everybody will. I'm telling you, it really is. It really is a life changer. It is. I literally told Amber, I said, I'm gonna go live for like 30 minutes or maybe an hour, and here I am going on 3 hours. It's fun. I like talking. I don't know why. I like talking to people I like talking to. Yeah, I don't do anything with wheat though. I don't care if it's homemade. If it has wheat in it, I'm not touching it. I just no. I feel horrible. I'm like, for example, if we want pizza, I'll make like the fathead dough. You can make cheddar biscuits using almond flour and cheese and things like that. We'll do that sometimes, yeah. But you know, I don't mess with anything with bread. It makes me feel terrible. Even like the keto breads, my mom or eat it. Sometimes Amber will eat it. They'll eat it. They feel fine. When I eat the keto bread, it makes me feel bloated. So I just rather eat it without the bread. Everyone's body reacts differently to everything. You know what I mean? Everyone's body reacts differently. I hate the smell of all seafood. Me too. Jebus, I love me some French onion soup, man. Love me some French onion soup. There you go, Dave. I went from 210 to 130. There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. I know quite a few people that take the different ones. I don't know the difference between like Ozempic and Wegovy. To me, I thought they're all the same thing. But I know quite a few people that do it. It's whatever. If it works for you, do it. Like every medicine that comes out, they say that has a freaking side effect. Everything has a side effect. If you don't go in the sun, it's bad for you. If you spend too much time in the sun, it's bad for you. If you don't drink enough water, it's bad for you. If you drink too much water, it's bad for you. If you don't eat enough protein, it's bad for you. If you don't drink or don't eat enough protein, it's bad for you. There's always something, dude. It's impossible to be perfect. Do it to the best of your ability. That's my theory. Let's see. This has been great. Of course. Thank you, Bet. Do I drink? No, I don't drink. Nope. I drink a lot of soda, but I don't drink beer or alcohol. Have you had a problem with bugs from units? Never. No, if something's like really dirty or infested, I won't take it home. It'll go straight from the unit to the truck to the dump. So like we looked through it. Congratulations. What's it like being the best in your category on YouTube? Thank you, Joey. It's cool, man. It's cool. But I mean, I don't look at it like that. Like, yes, number wise, yes, we're the best or whatever. But I can't look at it like that, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know, man. I don't compete with other people. I compete with me, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to beat anybody else. I'm trying to beat me. I want to beat what I did before. If I can do better than this year, do better what I did last year, then I'm doing good. I'm just trying to beat me. If that makes sense. Who is texting my phone at this time? Oh, okay, never mind. Let's see. Wow, you're tall. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, honestly. How tall is Amber? I'm 6'5" and she's 5'6". So we're like opposites, we always say. You know, I'm 5'6", just the numbers reversed. Sugar is evil. I mean, yes and no. I think it depends on your activity level. It matters a lot too. Like, for example, I think if you're just sitting on your butt all day, then, you know, you probably shouldn't eat like a natural sugar, like an apple. I'd still avoid. If you're just sitting on your booty all day, no. But I do believe that, like, people that are like really athletic, like really, you know, training for hours and hours a day, I don't think like real sugar is going to bother you that bad if you're actually burning that energy off before it can metabolize in your body. If that makes sense. I think it just depends on you. Like, I don't do enough. I know people that like are athletes, you know what I mean? And they're ripped. I'm not going to like, what am I going to be telling you with man boob? Me and my man boobs tell this guy with the shredded six packs how to eat. No. You know what I mean? No. You know, that sounds bad, but that's how I feel. I tell them and they eat fruit, but they're active, super active. That's a big difference. If you're super active and super athletic and competitive, then you probably got to eat differently. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've never liked vegetables. I've tried everything. I've tried like a cauliflower crust pizza, try to put cheese on broccoli, try to like coat it in different seasonings, try to fry stuff, try to cook it in meat juice. I don't like them. The only thing that I can like tolerate, I don't really like it, is zucchini and squash if I cook it in the meat after I've cooked it. Like, for example, I cook a steak and then I leave the steak juice in the pan and then cook the zucchini squash in that juice, then I can tolerate it. It's still not good. I still don't enjoy it, but I can like get it down. When I say I don't like it, like if I eat like a burger and I get a full piece of lettuce, I'll gag. It's not like, ooh, I don't like it. Let me get rid of that. It literally makes me gag. I hate it. I actually genuinely hate it. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So like literally, like I said, I got recommended my own live stream the other day and it was from 2020 and I watched it on. I was like, dang, we haven't done this in so long. We should do one. And then there was a few people that commented on our Jebus family video the other day. They were like, you should go live so we can answer questions live. And I was like, okay, let's try it. So here we are. Well, I kind of got a cheat code because my mom learned about it before I did when I was a kid. So she's the one that's kind of introduced me to this whole way of eating. And she's been doing it for, you know, over 20 years now. And I basically figured it out when I was like 12 or 13. I don't remember how old I was. I was young, but whatever. I still didn't stick to it. I didn't have the discipline to stick to it. That's why I was at one point almost 370 pounds. So I didn't stick to it, but I knew it. I knew what's true. You breathe, it's bad for you, right? That's how it is, man. Let's see. Well, my whole thing is just starting to refresh again. So how my nickname came about again, I'll tell the story again one more time. I told it earlier, but a lot of you guys might not have been here. So I was playing. My grandmother was watching me when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I was playing this Dragon Ball Z Budokai on the PlayStation 2 game, right? I was losing a fight over and over again. I distinctly remember Piccolo versus Android 17, that fight. I kept losing. I got mad. I yelled, Jesus Christ. My grandmother, who was like super religious, told me not to say Jesus Christ. So then me being a sarcastic little 9-year-old, I started yelling Jebus crust instead of Jesus Christ. So every time I get mad, I would just go, Jebus crust, just being sarcastic. And it stuck. Now I'm 32. And like I said, more people on this planet know me as Jebus than Steven. That's what we're at now. That's the story. I've thought about it, of course, but we're a long way away from that. The guy in Japan has more than 4,000 more items than us. The guy that holds the current world record are around 4,000 more items than we do. So we got a long ways to go. And he set that record like years ago. So if I were to submit my collection for the record when we finally catch up there, I'm sure he's probably added 5,000 more things. So it's kind of unfair. The people in Japan have access to stuff that we just don't in the United States. So that's why one day I'm definitely going to Japan too to go Dragon Ball hunting. But they get so much more stuff over there than we get here in the US that we can't really compete with them. So as far as I know, and as far from the research I've done, nobody in the United States has as many Dragon Ball items as we do. So we have the biggest collection of Dragon Ball here in the United States. But I think there's a couple, like at least know for a fact one. But I want to say there's 2 collections out there that are bigger, both in Japan, though. So, yeah, we'll get there eventually. Let's see. Best time to go to yard sales. Oh, yeah. Well, when I used to go to yard sales like hardcore, I was the annoying guy. They open at 7. I'm parked outside at 6:40. Can I look early, or do you guys wait? I was the annoying guy. I'm not going to pretend I wasn't. Oh, very true, Linda. Life is insane. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. It really is. Yep, I was that guy too. Yeah, of course. I like the story. It's kind of funny. I'm sure when I'm in 36 years, Peggy, I'm going to be right there with you. I've never been able to eat any of it. Never been able to eat any of it. Yeah, our yard sale starts at 7 a.m., but people like literally will arrive at like 5:45, 6. They'll start forming a crowd outside at like 6:15, 6:20, but we don't let anyone come down the driveway until 7 a.m. hits. How do I find a buy it now? What now? It's the little shop icon in the bottom right. So look, let me see really quick. Let me see if I can pull it up on here. So, like, if you go to our profile right here, can you even see that? Oh, no, that's terrible. The lighting's terrible, huh? But, yeah, I'm not going to be able to reflect that. The screen's reflecting too. But basically, there's a little button in the bottom right-hand corner that says Market. And that's where you click at. And you can see everything that's up for auction and everything that's buy it now in that tab. Oh, yeah, leave a week before. Oh, man. So Terry, the funny thing is, I said that, man. I said that, like, I looked at the cost. It's like $48,000 both ways. So if you flew private to Japan and flew private back from Japan to here, it would cost you basically like $100,000. I'm like, I don't got that kind of money, man. I don't got that kind of money. But I looked into it. I've dead seriously looked into it because I'm like, I'm gonna get so much stuff. It's gonna be insane. I know. I'm like, everybody's like, just ship it. Dude, I'm going to be shipping back like 600 pounds. It'll cost me $20,000 to ship it. I am obsessed with Dragon. I've been completely obsessed with Dragon Ball since I was about 6 or 7 years old. I love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. Mary, I don't count it towards you now. I still put it up over there, like fan-made stuff. I put it up over there, but I don't count it now. Let me see, 8:09, so 23 minutes. So I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes, guys. Then I think my nuggets are going to be. I did not plan on being live until 3 hours, but here we go. I'll try to do it again sometime. Maybe we'll do like a once a week thing whenever I'm home and we're not busy, because I kind of miss being live. It's kind of fun. Does Broly watch Dragon Ball? I mean, he'll sit there and watch some of the highlight videos on YouTube. I don't think he has the attention span yet to actually, like, you know, follow it. But yeah, he'll watch like the fight scenes and stuff on YouTube for sure. They're sleeping on the road for your sale. People get there early. I'm telling you, it gets chaotic. It gets chaotic. It really does. It's fun. But I mean, the only problem we have with other people usually are freaking people that are trying to drive by. Like last time we had the guy get all mad because the people parked and blocking the street. It was kind of funny. I want to get another neighbor to start calling the cops on me again, man. Those videos used to do so good when the other house before we bought our house and we were just renting. Those neighbors always called the cops on us, and those videos used to do really good. Are you friends with many other storage friends? Yeah, I mean, we're still close friends with Jack from Locker Nuts, Pirate, Storage Auction Pirate, Alex, Storage Stalker. Those are the three. It's a TDK in Florida now. TDK collects. But we've talked to a lot of other people. We were in Ohio. We met Rob from Second Sense. We met J&J Finds. I mean, it just depends. The ones we really talk to the most, I guess, would be Pirate and Alex would be the most, talk to the most. Pat, well, yeah. Well, he doesn't, you're not really like, I wouldn't put you as like a storage unit buyer. More so a pallet. Some maybe occasionally dabble in storage units. But more of a pallet guy. That'd be my guess. And of course, the other people from Ohio too. KT Treasures, Adventures with the Hudsons, Avery's all in. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty cool with a lot of people. We're pretty cool. No, I'm not sleepy at all. I'm really not. I know I'm not going to end up going to sleep till 3 or 4. And I won't go to sleep till probably 3 or 4. I'm not. I think my eyes are like like the bags under my eyes are permanent from the many years of sleep deprivation I endured years ago. Wake up in I don't feel tired. Like my mental is perfectly clear, but like if I look in the mirror, I'm like, my eyes have permanent bags from all the sleep deprivation. But I don't regret it for a single freaking second, not even a little bit. He's like the pain in the ass. Oh, cool. You just made me cuss on a live stream. I just read that. You got me I was too comfortable there. You should have the crosshairs on your lock. Nah, I would never change it now. Maybe if I did it from the beginning, but nah. I like it to be even. Of course, Michelle, of course. I like going live. I like it. Like I said, I miss it. Thank you, Georgia. Yeah, Amber's birthday is June 3rd. Yep. What the heck was that? I don't know what I just knocked down. How much does stuff hanging on my walls come from unit? Almost none. I think I have like one. Where is that thing? There's a Dragon Ball wall hanger over there that came out of a storage unit. And I think there's like maybe 2 light fixtures, but virtually none of it. Oh, man. Let's see. How do you get an Amazon? Besides picking them up in person, I don't know how to make it worth it. So I've looked at it out of curiosity, but the closest ones to us are like 5-6 hour drive. That's why I haven't done it. And the problem is, if you can't pick it up, the shipping could be like, $200-$300 on a pallet, which if you're buying it at half retail at $100-$200, I mean, that pretty much takes all of it out, all the profit out of it. So you got to be close to it. You got to be willing to make the drive. Like for us, I looked at it before. It's either somewhere in North Carolina that's about 4.5, 5 hours, or probably the one by you, Pat. The one there was one in Pennsylvania. It's about 6 hours from us. So it's probably one of those two if we were able to do it. Some scratcher. I'm gonna try to include some of those on the Jebus family, like random states scratch off videos. I like playing it in random states. I get kind of bored of playing the same Virginia ones over and over again, but I like to play in random states. So that's what we'll probably do. Probably play not like a maybe dedicated videos, or also maybe just some random ones thrown in the second channel vlogs every now and then. Stuff like that, So let's see. We have 3 Amazon. Yeah. So there's Amazon warehouses in Virginia, but they're all in North Virginia. No, thank you. I don't do Northern Virginia, man. I don't do Northern Virginia. I suffered enough in Northern Virginia. I don't go back there unless I absolutely have to. I avoid it like it's a freaking plague. That's what it feels like to me. It is a plague. I don't like it. I'm going to stay here for a couple more minutes. I think Amber put those real good nuggets for me in the air fryer, and they're going to be done in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to go eat some. 8:40 p.m. dinner. That's what I do. Let's see. Only watch you guys, Pirate and Stalker. Hey, all great channels to watch. Let's see. Thank you, Emo. What happened to the ducks? So the ducks got given away. We have some family out in Western Virginia, kind of by West Virginia. So we have a lot of motion sensors and cameras around the house, and there's been coyotes in the woods back there. So I was like, if we left them here, they're just gonna get eaten. So I was like, we have people out west that have little more land and have other animals, and I'm like, they maybe not get eaten there or have a less chance of getting eaten there. So if I kept them outside, they would have been eaten. On the best shipping, so what we basically do all our selling through Whatnot, and Whatnot only works with USPS. So all of our packages go USPS. Yep. Oh, man, that would take forever. My kids love the Wiggles too, man. So we have, funny enough, we were going to go to Hershey, Pennsylvania for the Wiggles, but then they announced the Dragon Ball convention in Texas. So then we had to change our plans the same week. So now we're taking Broly to the Wiggles in Georgia, but the tickets are now refundable. So I have 3 VIP meet and greet tickets to the Wiggles in Pennsylvania. And if we try to relist them on Ticketmaster, and they try to you can only sell them for $22 a piece. We paid like $400 for those things, over $400 because they're meet and greet tickets. And they're like, yeah, you can resell them for $60. And I'm like, you kiss my booty, I'm gonna sell them for $60. So I have 3 tickets to the Wiggles that in Pennsylvania that I'm gonna try to find a way to sell somehow. I don't even know how I want to do it, but that's what we got to do. Yeah, it's crazy. They wouldn't let me set my own price. So they only let you sell it at a set price. And we paid $400 some, and they're like, yeah, you can sell them for 22 something a piece. And I'm like, get out of here. Why? Who would do that? Oh, man. Resale to ride. All right. Whatnot shipping, dude, they can't make it any easier. So literally when you end the show, it generates all of it together. It puts it in a package. It tells you what items to put in a package, and it gives you a label, and all you do is print it. It's that easy. All I do is pack it in the box and print the label, slap it on it, scan it, and go to the next. It's so easy. So easy. But anyway, guys, I'm about to go upstairs and eat some dinner. I said I was going to be live for an hour, and I did it for over 3 hours. I'm hungry, though. I'm going to go eat some food. Thank you guys for hanging out, chilling. We'll do it again sometime. This was fun. I miss chilling live on the computer. I really do. We haven't done it in a long time. So thank you guys. Peace out.